And now we're going to have 20 minutes of silence
Yeah.
while Big Fatty gets a drink.
I know. I already made my gin and tonic.
I know. I made mine a half an hour ago.
Yeah.
And it's delicious.
Gavin, you don't drink gin.
No, I do not. I actually
You
I,
made a
I
drink.
do. I just haven't.
You what?
This is my little cocktail.
I see
You
that.
made something with
Big as
vodka,
my
I'm
head.
sure.
As much as I love everyone, I am thrilled that Ed Gong and Mr. Mike are here tonight.
Yes, me too.
Yes. Very
I
much
mean,
so.
I love you all, but I'm thrilled that they're here tonight.
Now is Hunt Cub on the call?
Well, no.
No.
I don't see him in the chat room either.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oof, Mr. Mike.
I thought I
that's
saw him
a nice
pop in.
start.
But...
All of a sudden, I'm hungry.
Big Fatty, I picked up some of that tonic water you recommended, and it
That's
is
the
amazing.
The Peter G. tonic water, isn't it good?
Yes, I agree. It's worth the price.
It's absolutely worth the price. Bill, do you drink gin? I can't remember.
Gin and bourbon. I prefer bourbon.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I do too, but I wanted to try this special tonic water. So,
Gavin, well, I'll wait. I'll save it for the show.
Are there two?
We're started. We're not doing any music and shit.
How dare you?
Are there 2 limes in that gin and tonic, Big Fatty?
Actually, I don't have any lime, so I'm having to go.
Oh
well,
no!
These are unusual times.
Yes.
And I did put out of
course you put out
a twitty saying that I do not have scurvy, and then I didn't have any lime, so I'm not sure if I have scurvy or not.
Well, I have 2 limes in mine in honor.
Okay, great. It's already it's already Skyping out.
Oh, is it?
Well, it was for me. It's probably just me.
Just
all right. I'm going to put something on the Twitty.
right.
I've on ride. The young ones, they type with 2 thumbs. I type with 1.
Oh, you have thumbs?
There you go. All right, now, where is that thing that Gavin sent us, that message, so I can tell him where the chat room is?
It's on the...
Okay.
It's in the chat room.
Well, but they can't see it if they're not in the chat room, BJ.
I got to it from Gavin's tweet a minute ago to the old chat room. That's how I found it.
Yeah, just retweet what I...
Oh, you tweeted it already?
Yeah, it's out there, Big Fatty.
Oh, poor everybody. Oh, y'all, by the way, I had riced cauliflower for supper tonight. So if I happen to stand up
and shit yourself,
it sounds like somebody's shitting themselves, it's just me. In fact, let me try it now.
Oh, lovely.
Oh.
Wow.
It was a little juicy there, wasn't it? Don't you wish you had played the music now, Gavin?
Well, you're apparently out of practice. Considering you're practicing your social distancing since you make.
I have been social distancing people for years.
Well, I assume since you're making noise that you.
Oh God.
Oh, is it that bad?
we like you right where you're at. Right where you're at is
yeah.
better.
Thank God there is no smell-o-vision on.
How dare you?
Skype.
Yeah.
Oh, fine.
Oh, Mr. Cackle's having a party of 1 tonight. Why is he not joining us?
I'm back.
Hi.
Oh, you're frozen.
Am I?
Uh-huh.
Well, Mr. Cackle's probably all lonely.
Jim, let it go. Let it go.
Are you talking to me?
Never mind.
Okay, I think I retweeted it. Is that what those double arrows are?
Yes.
Okay. Here's the ring. Oh, Mr. Mike put it out too.
Let
Okay.
it go.
Shit, what the hell is that thing?
What thing?
Big dick in the.
Oh, Jesus. That is.
Is that Mr. Mike's post? Oh yeah.
Where it gone?
That's kind of unnatural.
Oh, wait. I need to catch
It's a
up.
chode. That's what he said.
Chode.
Looks like something from the vegetable aisle at the supermarket. All right, I have two windows here that keep showing everybody's heads. I'm gonna close one of them. If I disconnect, I'll call back.
Okay.
Okay,
Ed
I'm still
Gong,
here.
that's a nice start.
All right. Did you start the show or is this the pre-show?
Banana slug.
Holy fuck, Mr. Mike. Oh my God.
What?
Yeah, Jim, this is the show. It's
Oh, all right.
That's hefty.
yeah, hefty. That's an understatement.
Yeah. What is the new Tumblr, Gavin?
Oh, is it not showing up as a picture?
No, it just pops up, says visit newtumblr.com.
Oh, you know what? I was having that same problem with Mr. Mike's pictures earlier, and then suddenly they started showing up. So eventually, I'm assuming they're going to start showing up.
Oh, we've got the Laughing Buddha in here tonight. Welcome, Laughing Buddha. Buddha.
Buddha. Getting everyone.
Where's George in Atlanta tonight? Oh, Mean Keen is here too.
He might still be on his patio.
Hey, Jay.
Well, yeah, that's right. He was screaming at 8
Hi.
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 First of all, how are you doing since the tragic accident, Jay?
First of all, which Jay are you talking to? Me?
The one that had a tragic
yes.
accident.
Who had a tragic accident?
I guess it wasn't you.
No, not that I'm aware of. Get the brain transplant. Why?
It
How
was
come-
Hot Cub.
Where are you guys seeing these pictures? Because I went in the Pride 48 chat and there's
You
nothing
have to,
here.
no, you have to go.
It's not
to,
working.
Go down and look at the Skype chat. I posted that Mibbit
Wibbit.
IRC.
I would welcome Sater69 to the chat room, but I'm ignoring him because it's the story of his life. So,
Aw.
Wait, who had a horrible accident?
Hot Cub.
I can't.
Are
look
you
at
all
the chat.
right?
I wasn't in an accident.
were.
What happened to your face?
Jim, your camera's not on.
Yeah, I know. I turned it off. Remember, I was frozen. Let it go.
Oh, okay.
There. but-
Yeah, I can't see the thing because I'm on my phone, so I'm not in the chat room.
Oh,
Turn
okay.
it- All right.
Uh,
Let's see what happens.
Jay, I posted the link again. So
Let it
Yeah,
go. Let it go.
But I'm on my phone, so I can't see the chat.
Haunt Cub had a terrible accident.
Aw. He swallowed it. What?
Are you going to tell him or am I going to tell him?
Go tell him.
Y'all, he broke his turlet.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
that
my.
accident. Yes.
When?
May rest in peace.
Recently?
Yes. 2 days ago.
Oh.
I was
Now,
going to say it was on one of the recent fatty shows that he mentioned it.
So what are you doing? Squatting over the open hole in the bottom of the toilet and the bottom of the floor, or
I was doing a
That's
one
so
cheek
hot.
sneak.
hot.
what is
Now
that?
I shifted my weight to one butt cheek and I heard a crack.
Oh,
And it was it was
whoa.
the side I shifted to, and it didn't crack all the way through the seat, but the bottom half cracked.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
On a porcelain toilet, right?
Poor Jay.
No, it was on one of those heavy duty. Well, the toilet's porcelain, but it's those soft close lid and seats. You know, the ones that you can drop and they slowly
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was one of those.
Oh, that broke.
Ah. Oh, the seat broke, not the actual porcelain.
No, not the actual turlet. The seat
Oh.
itself.
Oh.
What the hell with that?
I was going to say, how big are you?
Oh my God! Yeah, I was gonna say I'd have to be on my 600-pound life to crack that.
Speaking of Vera,
Oh.
Too soon.
All right, who finished all their snacks so far?
not me.
Not me.
I did think of Vera earlier and thought, she's been preparing for this for years and years and years.
Well, it really social distancing is also better known as Vera's life.
Right.
wasn't that her stripper name back in the 80s?
Right.
Vera's life, social distancing.
Mhm.
Hmm.
HTTP. What is that? A colon? Yeah.
Oh.
Are you actually typing it out?
//
Am I frozen still?
widget 00.
Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
see you.
Did Jim get new glasses since I saw him last?
Yes, he did.
No, those are reading glasses. These are my newer reading glasses.
He's got like 30 pair of glasses.
Oh. So they're cheaters? They're cheaters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, cheaters! Yes, it's exactly what they are.
Bill, have you been using Sun In on your hair?
No.
It's those walks.
Or was it it was a lemon juice rinse,
Wasn't that popular in the
Yes.
80s?
Wasn't that what?
Popular in the 80s?
Yes, it was.
I'm just putting a mild lightener on it.
Looks good.
It's
That was
very
actually-
Youthful.
yes, it is. Looks like you're about to hit the board and get out there and listen to some Beach Boys.
Hang 10.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they have closed all of the beaches down here.
Honey, if you can hang 10, give me a call.
Ain't that the truth?
So,
And just so everybody knows, I do not.
Hey!
I'm just whatever.
you're what?
I'm phlegmy. I don't have.
You're phlegmy. You're you just full.
Sounds like you're phlegmy.
Yes.
Yeah, you sound phlegmy.
Just as long as you don't have a dry cough.
No, I do not have a dry cough. I wish.
You're phlegmy and Jim's
I-
still frozen.
And I can assure you, I have not lost my sense of smell.
Yeah.
Is
So
that one of the things?
So did that turn out to
Yep.
be an actual thing? Smell and taste.
Yes,
that's what
that's
they're
one
saying.
of them.
Yeah, I heard it really early, and they weren't quite sure if that was a definite thing. So
Oh, well, man, I've been eating a lot. I've been eating beans, man.
Jim, I kind of like you frozen.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that's better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
You look like
Well, it's more than I see from VV and Haunt Cub.
well,
Well,
that's life.
I don't see Jim on my phone. Does he not have his camera on?
Because he's frozen.
I'm frozen. I don't know how to unfreeze it. I'm not going to play around with it.
He's gonna be singing "Let It Go, Let It Go." Now, y'all, I really, honest to goodness, how is everyone handling all of this? I'd like to know.
Good.
oh, well, Jim has no problem.
He's so
Well,
optimistic.
tell us why you have no problem, Jim.
I was laid off from work 2 weeks
Oh.
before. Wait a minute. 2 weeks before Christmas.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, and I didn't say anything. Gavin was still doing the show. I didn't say anything then because it was Christmas time, and I figured I'd wait till after Christmas, right? And then we just kind of drifted away. And I've been, they really did me a big fucking favor. Because I'm feeling like a whole new animal, baby. And
He even looks different. He really does.
what?
He looks different. Like
Couldn't wait till I got a good picture up there, right? I look so fucking sweaty and greasy. Right? But, I got my unemployment all set. Like, I got unemployment, a severance package, and I got all this stuff, They treated me good on my way out the door. It wasn't behavioral, believe it or not. It was a financial move, and they let me go. And I've been off seeing the world and enjoying myself.
Oh,
Yes.
I thought that you had gone to Florida again awfully quickly after being there before, but I just didn't.
Yeah, I
thought
went
maybe
twice.
just
I've
more
been
time
down
had
there.
passed.
Yeah, I've been down there twice. And the second time, just as all this shit was starting,
Mm-hmm.
guess who sneezed on the plane? Me.
Gavin,
Mhm.
you.
No, I did. And like, it really wasn't bad. You know, it was like bad in China, but not here.
Yeah.
This was the beginning of
Mhm.
March, and some woman almost freaked the fuck out on the plane
Oh,
sitting behind me. Like I sneezed. I didn't sneeze into the air. I sneezed into my arm.
Yeah.
And she went flipping out, and she pulls out these sandy wipes and gloves and shit, and she's flipping out, and I'm just like, I acted like I didn't know anything. I didn't know what was going on. Coming home my second time, I figured I have never been on a plane where they, like, all the planes that I've been on, they're always asking for people to give up their seat and
Yeah.
make you a voucher. And I figured I'm going to, hey, I'm unemployed, I'm on a fixed income. I'm going to give up my seat and get a couple bucks or whatever, right?
Right.
The plane was like only a half filled, not even half filled.
Right.
I was
You
like,
had 3 seats to yourself. Buy the if you're traveling now, buy the cheapest ticket you can, especially if you get a discount for not picking your seat because you'll have your choice of seats.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
that's a great idea.
that's,
Yeah.
yeah, but where are you going to go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that's
Uh,
I was supposed to leave on the 9th to go see my parents. Well, my parents are in their mid 80s. I'm not going to see my parents.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
not going to go see them
Mostly
either.
because,
Yeah.
mostly because I don't want to be the guy that kills his parents.
Right.
Oh.
Have to explain that to the rest of my siblings.
Mhm.
So,
Jim, you haven't done a good job raising him. Anyway, hey, somebody tell the MIB how to change their name because I don't know.
the mid
/ Nick space and put your
no,
your
you
new
put-
name.
You put Nick / or / whatever it is,
Oh, Nick.
I'll type
Oh.
it in there.
space, and then
Okay.
Wait, is it /
get
Nick or
on.
/ Young Nicholas?
No, it's / Nick space the name.
Yeah, isn't that what I said?
no,
Yeah.
it's Nick.
Oh Lord.
The / comes
Slash-
before the Nick.
Yes,
Yeah.
/ Nick space in the name.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. It's been a
Hey,
long
Rick.
time since I had.
It's been years since I've used the chat room, and I still remember.
Yeah.
So how did you guys find this other chat room that's not part of Pride 48, or is it the old one?
That's the old
This is
one.
the old one.
That's
It's the old one that's still working.
But Pride 48 doesn't have a link to it on their site.
I will update you. Adam is working on a brand new chat room, linking the old one with something called Discord, so that
Yep.
you can use either one of them. And but he just hadn't finished it yet, and he didn't know there was going to be a show tonight.
Ah.
Oh.
That's because Gavin, evidently Jim pushed the right button on Gavin and got him back online.
Well,
so,
I actually knew last weekend we were going to do one, but we almost did one last weekend.
You were whining.
I know. Well,
Yeah, I know. Oh, so anyways, Big Fatty, to finish your question, you said, how am I handling all this?
yes.
I have been used to staying home or not working,
Mm-hmm.
so I've adjusted really well.
Well, I know it's not easy for lots of folks, but like Bill is retired.
Oh, it was easy for me. It was
right. Is Craig's retired also?
Yes.
Okay, I think, and as y'all have heard me say, it's the only real difference is for me are not being able to go out to eat with friends and not going to the bar on Saturday night.
Okay.
Gavin, how about you? Excuse me, I'm taking over your show.
I've been working. So,
Jim, are you going to look for something, or are you retiring now early?
Well, I have been thinking about semi-retiring. Okay, I probably could for the next 10 years.
Mhm.
Um, but I still have time
Mhm.
to think that out.
Mhm. I hear you're getting $600 more for unemployment as of today.
Is that 600 to pay or?
I don't know.
They raised the amount. I don't know what it's based on.
I don't either.
I think it was $600 more for per week or whatever it is, or whatever the cycle is for 4 months or something.
Mhm.
It's something. It's built into that stimulus bill.
Right.
Wow.
You'll find out on Monday, I guess.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Well, and I'm for
doing
me
pretty
it's
good.
been oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say for me it's been interesting because we're state employees are considered essential in California. So I've still
All
been
of them?
Yep. Well, I don't know if every single department was declared essential, but we're serving the public, and so
Right.
they say that government is supposed to continue working because we have an obligation to provide services to the public. So, so I've been I just last week switched to teleworking 3 days and going to the office on 2. So it's a interesting because I have been teleworking for 1 day a week for quite a while, a couple of years, and so just having two more telework days is it's interesting because I telework Wednesday through Friday. So
Mhm.
by today I was kind of like, oh man, it's weird like being at home for a long time. But
Oh, what did you just send us, Gavin?
I didn't send anything.
Oh, somebody. Oh, Jay sent
Jay-
something.
My God, did you see that picture of me?
Everybody saw that. I just was trying to figure out what the little button was in the bottom corner, and it sent this picture.
Oh,
It looks like a Liberty Medical ad.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Not that one.
Oh,
With Wilford
That's
Brimley.
insurance
Wilford Brimley.
Wilford.
with his diabetes.
Yeah.
Not a Beatles. So Gavin, you're working still. Nothing. So nothing really changed for you.
No, pretty much nothing. I mean, other than trying to be careful when at work and stuff like that. But
you can't work at home, can you? With what you do?
no,
nope.
no. We're considered essential manufacturing because we do military and medical. So
Oh,
Right. So
Are you making
did you
hospital
guys?
beds?
Yeah.
actually, one of the parts that we build does go in hospital beds,
Oh,
and I'm not sure, but I think one of them goes in ventilators. So
Oh.
because I don't know which one it is, but I know there was a couple of things that they were like, oh, we need everything right now. So I'm assuming one of those is that. So.
Wow.
Did you guys already have fairly big work areas so that were you already spaced out pretty well?
Well, yeah, we definitely have at least 6 foot. Our benches are 6 foot long.
Thank you.
So, well, they're either 6 foot or 8 foot. So, I mean, you definitely have 6 feet between each other. And I don't actually touch anything anybody else touches for the most part, other than
Gavin, if you touch it, they don't want to touch it.
right.
He hovers over the toilet at home.
Doorknobs like that, but I just, I always have a paper towel in my pocket, and I always with a paper towel.
Right, because you never know when you're going to have a shart incident.
And we have one of the janitor women, and she spends literally all her entire day going around the building, wiping every doorknob, every handle over and over and over and over again.
I'm going to tell y'all this. If you don't say thank you to her every time you see her,
Jim
shame
said
on
the same
you.
thing. Jim said the same thing, so I had ran into her outside, and I said that to her. She said,
in fact, Jim,
Yes.
while you're sitting at home not doing anything,
I'm doing things.
Make some sort of delicious treat, and Gavin can take it to her.
You know what? That's an idea.
That would be a great idea.
Well,
It's a
keeps
great
calling
idea.
this woman.
She may not accept it if she's nervous,
Pasta in a
Well,
bag.
she may not, but
It's
but
the
it would be a
thought that
nice
counts.
thought. Yeah.
oh,
Gavin keeps calling this woman an older woman. An old woman comes around and cleans and stuff like that. And I stopped him. I said, "Is she our age?" And he goes, "Yeah."
Oh.
And I said, "Make sure you thank her."
Yeah.
Oops.
there's the more important for me nowadays when I do go to the grocery store is I spend as much time saying thank you to every person that works there
Right.
Mhm.
as much. I spend as much time shopping as I do that.
Good. That's not. Has anybody had a problem shopping?
No.
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 It's been the shelves have been a little spare or
Oh, yeah.
sparse, but I really haven't had a problem.
Yeah, fortunately, Jim and I have been hoarders before it was fashionable, so
Yeah.
we're pretty good.
Well,
We-
Gavin, you can't spell hoarder without whore.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Okay,
Oh,
that
you know
could be
what?
the title. Okay.
You act like you're the only drunk whore in a parking lot. Parking garage.
So who here has the grocery stores that has the plastic screen up now between the cashier and the customer?
Me.
They were set up today. They went 2 weeks ago.
Oh, they just put yours up?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We don't have them yet.
ShopRite has them.
Yeah, I heard ShopRite has them, so
Oh.
that's our store.
Are they like gonna take them down when this shit is over, or
I would hope so.
I hope so. I hope they do.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing to keep in place as far as like, having it available. Just put it in the back room or something until they need them again. Hopefully.
I mean, a lot's changed in 2 to 3 weeks. But now they're using gloves, and they've put up the plexiglass, and and even the governor has mandated 6-foot distances, so they have to mark it off by tape and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
And
was in
one thing I noticed that I do, I've kind of tried to stop using cash.
Yeah.
If there's not like our convenience store has an app, and we just put money on it, and
Yeah.
But other than that, I'll use debit cards or.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The local BJ's warehouse said they're not accepting cash right now. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, we went to Home Depot the other day because our master bathroom is actually being remodeled right now,
Oh,
Right.
and they weren't sure. They stalled for a couple of days while they were trying to decide whether or not they could continue working, but they decided to keep working. But I had to run over there to grab paint and something else, so Martin and I went over there, and they had a sign up that said no cash. So
Wow.
Wow.
That kind of makes sense,
mhm.
Yeah, I can understand it.
Cash is it's like a cloth paper,
Yeah.
gathering ground for germs.
I'm sure my ex is going to be furious because he does not like. Why do I have to have plastic? Why can't I just use money? He does not like change.
Those poor corner pocket boys in New Orleans.
Oh.
Oh my God.
You can swipe a credit card in their ass. Trust me. By the way, I would like to just say some good things come from all of this. Mean Keen hasn't had a cigarette in 18 days, and I think that's terrific. So congratulations, as Gavin likes one
I'll
of them for you.
light a cigarette for you.
Anyway,
No,
but
I've been. I actually have bought the patch. I'm gonna really want to try and quit. So.
Well, Haunt Cub, you'll appreciate this. Young Nicholas has taken up vaping instead of smoking. So I don't know that that's any better, but it's not. I don't think it's worse.
It's
so
an improvement, I think.
Virgo's probably to.
What was that?
It is probably going to say no. It's just as bad. But,
It is just as bad. Yes.
Yeah, I think it is.
No, but you know what? Is it as bad for me that he's switched to vaping rather than smoking? secondhand vape? Is there such a thing?
I haven't heard of any studies to that.
Yeah.
Well, it's better for me that he's quit
What they're
Yeah, I
finding,
would think so.
what they're finding is for the person that's vaping is that there's propylene glycol in the vape mixture, and it's part of what makes the the smoke.
Mhm.
And it's been shown, I want to say probably a good number of years back, in research studies to create a condition called popcorn lung,
Oh,
which is not good
Ew.
for the person because it damages the lung tissue. And
Right.
certainly they're seeing more people now who are being afflicted by the coronavirus or having more symptoms if they smoke or vape.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I read that same thing. So
good point.
Yeah, because your lungs, if they already are damaged.
Mm-hmm.
so I
very-
figured, well, I may as well just give up vaping then.
Well, there you go. Point Cub, how has your life changed?
As far as work goes, I was already working home Mondays and Fridays, so now I'm just working home 5 days a week. It's not really that different.
Mhm.
And my office wasn't that far from my house anyway, so it's I am saving some money on gas and stuff, but I enjoy working at home more, but at the same time also I miss the office a little bit more than I thought I would, just because it's getting out a bit. But I could easily get used to being back home 5 days a week.
Mm.
I think it's more about the knowing you can't go out and do stuff than it is about the actual running out of things to do in the house. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of like, you can't, so it almost makes it worse than the fact that you really can't.
Yeah, this would not be as
Mhm.
bad if it was warm out and you can go out and do stuff in
Right.
the yard or something.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just not quite there yet in the Northwest or the Northeast.
Now, have they come up with like any projection as to whether the warm weather is going to change the problem, or?
Well, if you ask Trump,
Well, can
It'll
we
be done in 2 weeks.
can we not
Yeah.
even mention his name?
well, it's
Yes.
down here in Florida. It's warm. It's like 82, 85 during the day, and it's rare and down here. It's
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so
Yeah.
we've got almost, I think we've got 2,000 cases here in the state now.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think they said the heat is not going to kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, ultraviolet radiation will kill it, but that's
Yep.
that's
Well,
only
vodka-
outdoors.
well, vodka.
The-
Oh,
Oh, really?
and stomach
not
acid does not kill
unless
it.
it's high enough proof.
It can last on steel and plastic the longest. I think it's 3 days. Cardboard is 24 hours. It doesn't like copper surfaces because copper is a natural antiviral.
Right.
Yeah, but and we're just sort of starting to learn all of this stuff, you know.
What about a latex dildo?
Wash it for more
Jim,
than
why
20
don't
seconds.
you do some testing on that and get back with us?
Right.
Well, you know what? I already tried the hand sanitizer as lube.
Ugh.
Oh,
How'd
that
that
sounds
work
painful.
for you?
That was on one of Gavin's vacations to Las Vegas. It was an accident.
That I believe.
I keep.
Oh.
Yeah, I
You
keep.
want to hear? You wanted to hear me scream, "Having my baby," right?
You would need to separate those two things on the counter.
Right.
The lube and the hand sanitizer should not be on the same counter.
Right.
That'll wake you up. Huh?
Yeah. Well.
Well, we can afford to waste lube right now. We can't afford to waste hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So have we decided if glory holes are a proper practice of social distancing or not?
Well, it's definitely limiting the amount of social interaction there is.
Right.
Because I mean, you're not touching anyone's face. Well, maybe you are touching.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you know what? Plexiglass. Put
I think-
plexiglass up, and you can watch.
And you're not going to get 6 feet away from that hole, I'll tell you.
Right.
And if you do, God bless you.
Yeah, right.
If something 6 foot long comes through that hole, you know,
Well, it's going to hit the other side of the
just
wall.
say, "Come on, no,
Considering those booths are usually no more than 3 feet wide, so
Right. So wrap
Fatty
it
will be-
around you and have some fun.
Big Fatty will be singing "Sweet Mystery of Life." At last I found you.
right.
no, that's Seder that sings that, I think.
Yeah.
Same thing.
The gays, the straight people call it COVID-19 or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
COVID-19. Yeah.
COVID-19, and then the bros call it Kova, and the gays
Kova.
Bros.
Miss Kova. So if Miss Kova is coming through that glory hole,
Yeah.
Aw.
not open arms but open mouth, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, for a while there, the younger people were calling it boomer remover.
I
Oh,
heard about that.
Yeah.
whatever, boomer.
Probably.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. So
since the
Hey.
force field is up around Fat Acres now, does that mean the Charleston Ballet Theater has been put on hiatus?
Well, the ballet is on hiatus right
Yeah.
now. I've told young Nicholas that I'm not going to be his bartender or be his choreographer.
Choreography.
Right.
Nice.
So he's just going to have to take things into his own hands for a little while.
Right.
And it's out of as the catchphrase goes nowadays, an abundance of caution.
Mhm.
right.
And
Hmm.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, y'all, I'm more people now on the Green Doctor. Oh my god, do you want to get together? No, I'm just, oh my god. All I gotta say is, somebody said that the straight people are going to be having so much sex that in 9 months,
Yep.
Generation C is
Oh.
going
Lord.
to start. Okay.
Aw,
C19.
generation. I like that.
Yeah.
Generation
I
C.
thought that was pretty good too. So
It's
Yeah.
Jim had just said that earlier today too. So.
Yeah. Like that would mean like what? December, January, February, all these new babies.
that's
Mhm.
correct. Uh-huh.
Baby shower gifts. Now's the time to buy stock and diapers.
I got lots of yarn. Make some blankets.
Yeah.
Make some
Hey,
booties.
Blind Guy Jay, did you know Blind Guy Scotty?
Oh, I have messaged him before because he listens to Poke It with a Stick. And
Oh,
so I have him on Facebook as a friend. So that was
Okay.
a great story.
I was thrilled, and Gavin's going, "What the fuck are they talking
I
about?"
have no
Yeah,
clue.
I got
So
nothing.
it was a Shark Week story, and Scotty is blind as well. So
Oh,
he's somebody
Scotty
that lives
is-
up here in
Scotty
Northern
is
California.
blind. He's been a lurker, lives in Northern California, and he called in, first time caller, long time listener. I shit myself in Costco. I'm
Mhm.
blind. I couldn't see to clean myself up.
aw.
Oh my God, that must be.
This
Oh, we
is
know who
hard,
listeners are now.
but I laugh my ass off. As well you should, because everybody should laugh when they shit them. Bill, have you
Yes.
ever called in a short story?
No, I have not. I have not.
I-
I have never sharded myself. Well,
You are a fucking liar.
yeah, you're a
You
liar.
are a fucking liar.
Can I
have
help
a-
you, dear, with that?
I have a good story I thought of, so I need to call it in because after
Should.
listening to all those stories, I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought of one that is worthy of being on the podcast. So-
I think that would be lovely. My favorite this year, I think, other than Scotty, it
was Nessa.
was Nessa spray sharding all over her hand.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Dirty water.
Oh my God, it was so, so funny.
well, I laughed with yours about having to pull off onto a side road
Yes.
because it was running down your leg.
No, it was awful. It was awful, and all I could do was laugh.
Yeah.
And
What else are you gonna do?
trying to get your pants off because your hand is covered in butterscotch grits. And
Yeah,
trying
that
to
sounded
get your
lovely.
pants off without getting it all over everything, and then taking your underwear off, and then it's still coming out. Y'all,
Oh my
it
God.
was
You abused your hole, didn't you?
uh,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Jesus Christ,
I-
Ed Gong. Look at that last thing Ed Gong just
I
posted.
know.
Y'all, I gotta say, as good as Ed Gong and Mr. Mike are, we need to get Joe in Dallas to be in this fucking chat room also. That man,
Yep.
I don't know where he finds it,
He's
but
king of the porn, huh?
he's got good tone.
well, and
Well,
Gary
Gary.
Gary
Yeah.
Bearden has what
28,
26,000.
I think, thousand.
I'm sure his inventory has gone up during the COVID response. He's keeping
Right.
me going.
Quick. Call for more porn.
He's going to get that all over his computer. Anyway, all right.
Big Fatty, you
Yeah.
were saying that you go to the supermarket and you say you spend as much time saying thank you as you do shopping?
I do.
Okay. Are they receptive to it, or
I'm sorry?
are they very receptive and good about it?
Yes, I think they appreciate it, and a lot of people are doing it. But it's my mother. I've turned into my mother. I mean, I really have, and
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And oh, hi, Aunt. Aunt is in the chat room now too. Uh, and y'all, can you imagine being in Palm Springs and having all of those gay resorts and everything and having to social distance? Oh my God, that's a living hell. I'm sorry, Aunt.
Right?
So,
Oh
anyway,
my God.
but
Have you guys noticed that? Like, I've noticed that everybody's been nicer, and it's interesting to me because here in California, people don't talk to each other that much. Like, there's very little social interaction a lot of the time, and I've noticed when people are out, when I'm taking the light rail into work, and people are being really like polite and courteous, and just like I don't. It's interesting. So
I have noticed they are nicer, in just like a general attitude, considering it's South Jersey and we're not overly friendly.
Well, no, they're not bad. No, I think they are very friendly here. But if you remember, the same thing happened after 9/11.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? And
Yep.
there was a
and
sense
like
of
people never
compromise.
really went back to the old way. I mean, like I don't think South Jersey. You said they're never nice. I think they're very nice, but people are more, going to be doing their own thing. But I don't think they ever went back to the old way. And I think people here being nice, they're just going to remember it, and they're going to continue being nice. You know what I mean? It's going to be the new people growing up that are going to adopt the old ways.
well, and Jim, I will say this. Um, we're all getting older also, and I think old people get the moniker of "get off my lawn," but I think old people are nicer.
Oh dear, did you want me to make you some cookies?
I want you, when you make them for the cleaning lady at Gavin's office, I want you to send me some too. Yes.
Oh, okay. I'll probably send you chocolate pizzelles.
Okay.
Ooh.
But it's random acts of kindness, and just being a good person is, if that bothers somebody, then it's their problem, not yours.
Yeah.
So
No, it's been delightful. It's interesting because I notice when I'm out walking around, because I take the light rail and stuff, people just don't talk to each other, and people are very quiet, and we're all kind of caught up in our own stuff, whatever it is we're doing, and now there's definitely a little bit more people acknowledging each other and saying thank you or pardon me, just
Now
some of those more gracious things are coming back.
Now I'm curious.
That's a good thing, Jay.
Yeah,
Although-
I agree.
I'm curious, Jay. Although I don't know whether you know this, but are less people like on their phones? Maybe.
I don't know. There's a ton less people. I
Well, there's
know
just less
riding
people, right?
light rail
that's
here.
true. Yeah.
I typically get on, and there's oftentimes standing room only. And I've had a seat to myself every day I've gone into work for the last week and a half. So,
Wow.
How's your new puppy, Jay?
oh, he's doing great.
Okay, what's his name?
I think
again?
he's stir crazy. Shuttle.
Shuttle, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he's stir crazy because he's he wants the the activity of walking to the light rail, walking around, getting out. So my husband, unfortunately, as a care provider, has been laid off. So he has no work, and he doesn't make a lot of money anyway. So it really sucks when you live paycheck to paycheck, and they don't want him out there, and I understand they are concerned about.
Give him a big hug from all of us, please.
Okay, I will. I'd be happy to. In fact, I'll probably give him a lot more.
I bet you'll give him.
Give him a piece of ass for me.
Because we're not social distancing. So
when I said that old people are nicer, that I think old people are nicer, I did not want to include Tim in Alaska in that. And the only reason I'm saying this right now is because he's idling in the chat room, and I want him to come and rejoin.
Say how dare you,
and say how dare you, bitch. What is Tim in Alaska's drag name?
Ida May.
Ida May.
Ida May. Yep.
Now Ida May is a bitch. So, anyway,
that's kind of.
I wouldn't believe that for a minute.
We're testing you right now. We're testing you and Ida May to see if you're actually listening or not. Jesus Christ! Can you imagine that thing coming through a glory hole? Look how thick it is.
Would it?
Fuck.
How big
around
my
Dini seafood cup today?
That's. I don't know what to compare that to. A pork loin?
Doesn't help me. I'm mostly vegetarian.
Who could fit that in their mouth? My God.
Not made for your mouth, baby.
Honey, I was going to say Jim can find another orifice to fit.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute. It's Tim in Alaska. Return to the chat room.
He's back.
How very dare you, you crotch rot stricken street hoe.
Oh my. Got your number down, doesn't he?
So he is
in fine form, as usual.
We love you.
As long as he's paying attention.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. As long as you're paying.
We love you, Tim.
There's you're just because you're in the chat room doesn't mean that you're listening. So
now I don't know if anybody knows more than I do, but I thought I saw a post that Ed Gong's place had burned.
Mm-hmm.
His apartment.
Well, Ed, you happen to be in the chat room. Why don't you?
I know. Is he? Is everything okay? Is he good? He found a place he can stay and all that.
He's too busy posting dick pics.
Porn. Okay, well, we don't want to.
He does have his priorities.
Ed gone. My house burned down, but I've got to post this picture of a guy getting fucked in the mouth and the ass out of two separate glory holes first.
Nice. Well, I love his priorities.
Apparently, his computer was not in the building.
Right.
Thank God.
Right.
Right.
Hey, Gavin.
We are lucky.
Yes, Jim.
Can you email me the link to the widget chat room at my Gmail?
Okay.
Jimmy73562, that one. Chris, I just want you to, so I need to send it to Chris Stevens.
Chris.
Oops, I used first and last. He is listening. I just want everybody to know that he is listening. He wants to get in the chat room, and he can't figure it out because the new chat room is down. So if you can email me the widget, I can send it on to him. So he probably needs to look at some porn.
Right?
Because
Don't we all?
Ed Gong says he's staying in a relative's place and his old computer was in the building. He's using
Gmail, Jim?
Gmail.
He's using a what?
God, look at that fucking load.
Ah.
Hold on. Shit. Okay.
All right, Laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha had if y'all don't listen to the Scooter Diaries, you should. And I'll just paraphrase because he told it on his show, but his job, he's having to take a pay cut and all like this. And
right.
he's gone from, okay, well, at least I have a job to, I'm fucking pissed off that the fucking CEO, instead of making $1 million, is making $500,000 now. So anyway, but go listen to his show, and it thrills me that he is here tonight, and he says, "I love porn," or we love porn. So
go blind.
So this is a good thing for him to be here tonight.
Didn't Laughing Buddha also hit a milestone this past week?
Yes, he lost over 80 pounds or something like that.
He said he was at his high school weight now.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That man had a nice full ass, I'll tell you that. Whoops.
Thank you.
Wow, Jim.
What? I love them big ass. I love nice full ass, man. Anyway.
Okay.
Go, kid.
Mr. Mike, that's a nice tandem there. That is a bicycle built for two without the bicycle.
Aww.
Oh, excuse me. Tim in Alaska said he was downstairs having a hit off the old bong. I don't know what that means.
Nice.
The old bong.
Good for you, Tim.
Oh, you know what? Gavin and I like gardening and stuff, and we both came up with the same thing. We want to grow pot. Well, yeah. I want to grow pot. Where can I get seeds?
Go to a dispensary.
Oh, all right. You know what?
You can probably buy clones, and you may do better with those.
What is that?
They're little plants.
Oh.
They're like little seedling type.
Okay, it's not like Bonnie Farms or whatever. How's them?
No, that's not.
Yeah, my thing is, like, I'm not a pot smoker, but it's just like I want something new to grow. Like last year it was okra.
If you're good at growing things, then you could probably sell it.
No, that's too much work. I just want to grow the plant once.
I'll smoke it.
No.
I volunteer.
I confess, I still have the pot I bought 15 years ago in my closet.
Well, you could probably figure out how to incorporate it into like butter and do some baking with it, or you can make all kinds of edibles.
I gotta.
So I could be more stupid than I am. I have it at work.
Make those for the lady at work.
There you go.
Oh my God. Excuse me, y'all. We have royalty. It's the owner of the Crafting Castle is with us tonight. The one and only Mr. Cackle, Baron Frost. Please bow down.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Oh wow, that's like
he's slumming tonight, hanging with us, huh?
Yeah, what's that all about?
I can tell you what it's all about. He's tired of looking at the dust on his black refrigerator.
Right.
Yeah, I listed him on. I friended him on Facebook.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's like every 10 minutes, it's like I see dirt.
There are also crumbs under his glass top coffee kitchen.
Yes,
table.
I saw that.
Yes.
That man would die. I'm looking at 25 socks in the corner of my bedroom. I don't think he would go for that.
Y'all, the best he's ever done from the Crafting Castle is his tour of his pantry. In fact, it was so enormous he had to make it into 2 parts.
Wow.
Go over and check that out. It's just
Uh-oh.
it's just spectacular. It's
Are you going to live, Jim?
breathtaking.
What?
Are you going to live?
I hope so.
Oh, all right.
You disappointed? You don't get shit if I don't.
Oh, poor Gavin. And Gavin's like, thank
I
you.
don't need any.
I don't need any of that shit.
You get my dirty fucking underwear, bitch. Hey, did you like that cake I made you? Uh-oh, he's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Aw, poor Gavin. I'll show you. Gav, you froze?
I'm back.
Oh, we
Okay.
missed you.
Oh, there's Jay.
Oh my God, you look great with the blurry
Are we
background.
still recording?
I hope so.
I don't. Are we?
Yeah, it says still recording.
Gavin is recording the call like a pervert.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Ooh. Lord.
I don't know why
Mr.
I
Mike, that last one was
dropped out.
delicious.
Hmm.
Oof.
So
Oh,
since
you
I'm
know
not sure if
I didn't end the call. That's why.
oh,
Okay.
since I'm not Bill, my first trip to Florida after my not sure if I'm semi-retired or not.
Yes.
I was somewhere in your area, I think.
Oh, in your
Me and my
Bill,
friend.
could you feel Bill in your? Could you feel Jim in your area?
It felt so good.
Ew.
Really, Bill's on his way downtown.
Yeah. Virginia, the guy that comes in the chat used to come in the chat room, the Virginia gentleman. That's my friend Rob. Rob and I decided that we were going to meet up in Florida after I was laid off. We were going to meet up in Florida and just hang out in Florida and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And I said I usually fly through Charlotte, right? And he's like, "How about I pick you up in Charlotte and we just make a road trip out of it?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Why not?" Right? So for like 2 weeks, he picked me up in Charlotte. And for 2 weeks, we were driving around Florida. And we went to St. Augustine. We went to the Sawmill Campground. We went to Orlando.
Well, you're halfway here.
Yeah. And then we went to Fort Lauderdale. Then we went back to St. Augustine. Then we went to Charlotte instead.
Oh, so you did not come over on the west side of the state at all?
Oh, we weren't near you?
No, I'm over on the west. I'm over on the west side near Clearwater Beach.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
all right.
south of Tampa and St. Pete.
I thought that was in the area. Sawmill was
Well, Fort Lauderdale's on the south. I guess.
east.
Southeast.
Oh, is that
Southeast.
okay? Southeast. All right. I didn't know if it was in the southwest or southeast. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's on the Atlantic side. You're on the Bay side, right? Not Bay. What do you call it? The Gulf.
Isn't
The
that
Gulf
terrible?
side, yeah.
No, that-
Gulf.
Isn't
Yeah,
that terrible that I don't even know where Jim was?
that's okay. No, but we had a good time. I had such a ball in Charlotte. I didn't think I was going to enjoy myself. Where'd we go? The Woodshed Bar?
Uh-huh.
That was a hoot. I had such a ball there. It was like on a Tuesday night. But
Oh, you know what that's called, Jim?
mm,
Less competition.
pretty much. I never thought I would. I was singing. What the hell was that? I forget what her name. Cupcake. Singing Cupcake songs.
Of course you will. I'd
Look
want
it
to
up.
know.
Jim, I have
Mean
to.
King. Go ahead.
Jim, I have to ask you because I hadn't actually asked you yet. How did you enjoy the campground, and what did you think of it?
The campground was very nice. They didn't have a lot of strange restrictions for a resort. It was very. I liked it. I would definitely go back. A lot of the people the regulars there were complaining. Oh, it's not like it used to be. It's not like it used to be. I thought it was fun. To me, it was like this place is going to be what you make it out to be.
Well, right.
You know what I mean?
Nothing is what like it used to be,
No.
but that doesn't mean that you can't have a good time now.
Well, yeah, this isn't like it used to be. That's because you're a fucking bump on a bar stool. Get up and do something. All right.
Well, what did they mean by it's not what it used to be? What did they mean by that?
A total whorehouse.
Oh, okay.
All right.
That's like Amsterdam used to be. Oh my God, so
Yeah,
many good times in Amsterdam. But when I took Granny and Durwood over there,
They
before
enjoyed it.
our cruise, they thought it was Candyland, and I'm like, oh, if you only had been here when I was here back in the '90s, it was just was just unbelievable. But to them, it was like, oh my God, this is fantastic. So it's all a matter of perspective, I guess. Ooh.
Right. I mean, you're gonna go where the other 50-year-olds go. All right. If you were 20 or 30, you're gonna go where the other 20 and 30s go and create your own fun.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right.
Well,
So when I went down to Sawmill, I was Robin went his way doing his thing. I went my way doing my thing. We'd meet up in the middle somewhere. You want a drink? You want something? But I mean, they were a lot of down-home fun people. The same thing in Charlotte was fun.
Well, I was telling him that a lot of the people there's a resort here, campground called Hillside.
Right.
And a lot of people live there in the summer and then go down to that campground in Florida for
in the winter.
Yeah. So they pack up their RVs and drive down there. So
yeah, some of the people that were talking to, there was another campground. I think it was either in Florida or Georgia that they were, everybody says, oh, you got to go there. You got to go there. You got to try that. It's so much more fun. And it was like, this place is beautiful. You know what I mean? Like, it was really a nice campground. It was cold in Florida when I was there that week. It was like in the 40s.
Ooh, Barrett Frosty, you've been to Hillside?
Oh.
let me just tell you something about Mr. Cackle.
Uh-oh.
He pretends to be taken aback by the goings on of men being men.
Yeah, right.
Let me just tell you something. Mr. Cackle enjoys watching someone getting their ass eaten on a pool table in the rawhide as anybody else.
All
right.
I had a conversation with he and Dr. P in Vegas, and in which he was talking about all kinds of fun things with me. So
the only difference between Mr. Cackle and me is that I talk about it and he talks around it.
Well, the other difference is he may not participate.
But that's okay.
He does enjoy it. He just doesn't participate.
That's okay. But you know what? Enjoying it is also participating.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Especially for us people who love to be watched.
Are you one of the people that like to be watched?
It depends on the viewers.
Gavin would let me watch. Oh my God, we can see Jim now.
Hey, don't make any sudden moves.
No, I always try to see the good in all this stuff, and one of the things I thought of is with New Orleans being like the epicenter of all of this right now,
right?
Because they're having some major challenges. I figured all the ones that survive at the corner pocket should be healthy. Anyway,
what was that guy's name, Jay?
Billy.
No, the other one that was giving us the fake names.
Oh, Eli, I think.
Oh, Billy was the hot one, right?
He was the
Is that the one that was doing handstands?
Yeah,
no, that was Steven.
Among other things. Oh,
was that the little muscle boy? The little short
was the boy? the little military guy that was doing handstands and stuff.
He is such a joy to watch.
He was a hottie.
Billy was the super friendly guy.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I remember.
When I walked up outside, and I walked up with Mike from Gayish, and we were walking by the windows, and we could hear Billy inside going, "Jay!" And Mike's like, "Oh, looks like somebody knows you." So it was, he was
Vivi,
fun.
are you still with us? Okay, great.
All right.
So
Yes, I'm muted.
Oh,
Hi, muted VV. You never told us how your work is going.
Not bad. It's I'm working from home, so it's a little bit more challenging because
Because mom is at home.
what?
Because mom is at home, right?
Yeah, but no, that doesn't really do anything.
Okay.
But it's well, being in I'm in healthcare, so it's a little challenging because I have to call patients and do telehealth sessions, which it's just not the same as in the office, but we're adapting.
Okay.
do you have your own office, VV, veritable, and when you go in?
No.
Oh, okay.
And that's one of the reasons why I said I won't be there during the pandemic,
Okay.
because of the shared space, and there was far too many. I mean, before this even hit, there was too many people with, whatever it is, seasonal colds or flus or whatever, that just kept getting passed around in that shared space. And I said,
Ugh.
enough is enough.
Ugh.
Yeah.
aw.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about because how people freak out
Mhm.
the way they do, and allergy season's coming up.
Yeah.
So I'm.
What do you mean coming up?
Well, it hasn't hit
We're
me,
in it.
but I'm concerned. Like, are
Ugh.
people going to like totally freak out every time somebody sneezes?
Yes.
Now, is
Yep.
sneezing actually? Sneezing isn't actually a thing with this.
Doesn't matter if it's perceived.
Yeah.
If it's perceived as something that's spreading it.
Yeah.
First of all, before I finish answering this, oh my God, Mr. Mike, that last one. Holy fuck. Mm. Mm.
Gavin,
Can you
Gavin,
just imagine? Can you just imagine how hairy his butt is? Ugh. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Gavin, that thing with you asked about sneezing. As far as I understand, sneezing is not one of the symptoms, but it's definitely one of the transmission methods.
Right.
know.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
mean-
yeah, people are going to freak out as soon as you hear anybody sneezing. In fact, anybody coughing raises concern now too.
Right.
Yep.
Did you guys hear about that United Airlines flight that had to land in Denver and let 3 people off because they lost their shit because a woman was sneezing and it was allergies?
Mhm.
And the police escorted those 3 people off the flight.
Oh,
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are high strung as it is. They they don't need any other
Yeah.
reasons to lose control.
Yeah.
aw. That's a shame. Well, that was like me after 9/11. I carried a cast iron frying pan for like maybe 2 years
Why?
Because you're
in
going
my
to knock
bag.
somebody
I don't
out.
know, just in case people were gonna get it. It's my protection. I know how to use a frying pan. I'll fuck you up. Because I don't own a gun.
Oh. Well, if you can't have a gun, have a frying pan.
There you go.
Frying pan. I understand frying pan stores are considered essential. So,
So Jim, you were going to pull and throw mama off the train on them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Now we had a thing in this area. There's a place called the Custard Stand. They close during the winter and they reopen every spring. Well, their
Right.
reopening date is this Sunday, and they announced like on the Maple Shade Facebook page, they were like, "Oh, we're reopening this Sunday. We put new, this," and everybody's like, "I can't believe you people are opening." It's like, what? Like every other restaurant in the area is open for takeout. And this is a custard stand. It's all takeout. So why is everybody
Right.
freaking out about this thing?
Mhm.
right.
But I don't know.
Oh my God! Look
People
at
are
that
just
mouth.
delirious sometimes.
Is it swallowing something?
Look at the last thing Ed Gone
Swallowing a
posted.
couple of things.
Oh my
Not a
God.
couple of things. That's that is a hell of a mouth. Is all I gotta say.
Is somebody
Jim,
taking
Jim, that
more
mouth
than one
is
dick?
more talented than your ass.
What?
Is
No,
somebody
I
able
don't
to
know
swallow
about
more
You
than
never
one?
saw it in action, baby.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you're
was gonna say, no.
Baby, I can open up. You got to see what I can do with the doorknob.
Oh,
I mean,
oh.
Kane,
He can pick a lock with that shit. No. Oh, caught up in
So, did anybody get, has anybody come up with new snacks or new snack ideas or anything with their food?
Chris is here.
Oh, did he make it in finally?
Oh, good. Jim. I'm boring, but I was thinking of baking just regular old chocolate chip cookies over the weekend because they're like common ingredients that I happen to have, and
Yeah.
I don't have to run out to the store for anything. So,
Mr. Cackle Mr. Cackle, just out of curiosity, I just listened to your latest show. Is that the first time you made nuts and bolts, or is that you didn't like them, or is this a second making of nuts and bolts? And also, the difference between Chex Mix and nuts and bolts is Chex Mix has wheat checks in it, and nuts and bolts has Cheerios in it instead of wheat checks. So
Cheerios.
Anyway,
Cheerios. That sounds good.
uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay, well, Mr. Cackle, you don't know how to make it correctly because nuts and bolts is delicious.
he was using your recipe.
Well, just because
he did it wrong, apparently.
He does not know the secret ingredients. Hi, all, Chris.
Oh,
Were you
Chris.
typing something and you stopped typing it? Excuse me.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. It took long enough to get in here. Whew.
Hugh.
That's what you hear at the glory holes in the maze.
Right?
Now, Gavin and Jim, don't you think Mr. Cackle would have a good time at the Horror Hotel?
Oh, Lord.
He would have a
Yes.
great time. He would have his wipes with him everywhere, but he'd have a great time.
He would have a good time at the bar.
Oh, yeah.
He would have a good time at the bar. He would have a good time at the pool.
Yes.
He would enjoy meeting all the different people. He would love to go to Larry and Ralph's hot dog weekend.
Larry
Yes,
and
that
Ralph,
would be his
That's
weekend.
the time to go.
Larry's and Ralph is always the best for people that aren't going there just to be a slut.
Oh. A what?
It's the best time to go if you're not going there to be a slut.
But the added benefit
Gavin
is
never goes to Larry and Ralph's hot dog weekend.
Not anymore. No.
No, Gavin went the year I went.
No, I'm saying you can be a slut during Larry. And
I was going to say the added benefit is
if that's
you don't
not
have to be a slut that weekend.
If you're not looking for it, then that would be the best weekend to go.
Would that be a good weekend for Craig to come?
Yes.
Well, yeah, yes and yes.
There's plenty of alcohol.
Yeah.
There's plenty of everything.
There is plenty of Tanqueray, and I will introduce you to Bobby, the head bartender, and he will take very good care of you.
Oh, Bobby is the best.
Gavin learned the hard way: never order a double at the Capri Lounge.
Yes. And Bobby also took very good care of me that weekend that I got there, and I got shit faced before I even checked in. He got somebody from the hotel to come over and get me, take me over to the hotel, check me in, get me to my room, and I woke up the next morning going, "How the fuck did I get here?" So, and it was all Bobby. So
maybe it's time they cleaned out those lines, huh?
No, it was all on me. Believe me.
Must be nice.
No, I'm trying to figure out when I can save up for a to do, because it's so close to the Pride 48 weekend. It's a little tough to negotiate with work and stuff, but
Right.
But I want to come to a hot dog down the hallway weekend again. So
Is well,
Baron Frosty says he doesn't drink. Baron Frosty is a fucking lunatic.
What?
well,
Wait,
he just
that-
takes
he
medicine
doesn't
like
drink
me.
what?
Right.
He doesn't drink what? Water?
Water.
Exactly.
Water.
Water. Yeah.
Non-alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
I met him this past August.
Yes.
Yes.
Was it this past August?
Yes, in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
And they were drunk the entire time.
Well, I think it was the night that, they were trying to get me in the bar. I had no ID. I had just gotten off a trick or something like that.
No.
Oh, yeah.
I remember talking to him and his friend. I don't remember what his friend's name was.
Well, it was either Wine Rag
or
Dean or Dr. P.
Or Dr. P, yeah.
What did he look like, Jim? Who you're talking about?
He was probably maybe about 4 inches taller than me and a little bit on the heavier side.
He wear glasses?
That was Dean.
Dean, probably, yeah.
I just remember talking to him, and this guy, they had me fucking screaming in the street, like laughing.
Right, that was definitely Dean.
Yeah.
Because Dr. P and Wine Rage are a little more on the quiet side.
What?
Not much, but a little more.
He was a hoot.
Yeah.
But they got me rolling, and I was telling stories and shit.
Then you came into Corner Pocket, and that was fun.
Somebody had to you had to vouch for me.
Yes, but at first when the guy asked me, it was like loud and confusing, and the guy, I didn't understand what he was saying, and he's like, "Do you know this guy?" And I was like, "Who?" Like, no, like. And he's like, this guy, and I'm like, yes, I do. Like I thought he was talking about somebody else. Yeah. Well, no, I thought he was talking about the guy, the dancer that I had been groping.
No. Oh, I know him very well.
Yeah. But yeah, so the conversation started out a little confusing because then the guy was like hesitant to actually allow Jim in because Jim didn't have his ID. And I'm like, no, yes, I definitely know who this guy is. This is Jim. I do know him.
And the guy told me, he said, sit right here. So I sat next to you and I had a fucking ball.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Well, of course.
I need to know this story. Wait, Baron Frosty said Corner Pocket was where we met a stripper who we had lunch with and almost got killed. Are you talking about you almost got killed?
Oh, his drama is
honey,
level is high.
If you take everything he says literally,
right. But he met a stripper. The stripper recommended a place for them to go and eat, and they it was definitely sketchy. It sounds like from his show.
Oh, okay.
Corner Pocket isn't sketchy.
Well, I mean, that's where he got the recommendation, and so he got recommended to a sketchy place to eat too.
Yeah, it sounded like the person.
Why is he surprised?
The person washing the floors was also the person doing the bartending and the cooking, and yeah, it was pretty scary. I remember that story.
Yeah. So, I don't know that I would take recommendations from the guys dancing at the Corner Pocket about where to eat. So, yeah, I would definitely take recommendations about where to eat from the Pride 48 group. So we've got some people who know food. So
one of the strippers came out and was talking to me when I was having a smoke. It was the one that you were being very friendly with.
That would be all of them. So
yeah, it was the one that. It was the one.
Fine, friendly.
Yeah.
Oh, he was giving me the lowdown on all the other strippers, and I'm like, no, that guy told me his name was such and such. Remember that there was an Eli was giving somebody else's.
Yeah, somebody else's name.
Yeah.
But it was Billy was the one that was always like the sort of the most friendly. But then Steven and
Yeah.
Steven was very fun.
yeah.
And the one that did bartending, the kind of tall one that did bartending some and then stripped some. Oh my
Was he
God.
the
he
young
was,
like guy that
I,
people said looked like Jason Momoa? He had great legs.
Oh yeah, he did.
yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
And he's
Oh
he's
my God, he
also
was fucking
supposedly
hot.
straight, but got a hard on when I was groping him. So
Honey, that's all I would. Who fucking kid? Him being straight is his problem, not yours.
right, yeah, no, I didn't mind. He was telling me this as I was groping his dick. So
Honey,
you know.
most of those guys, when they're that young, they can get a hard on no matter who touches.
I know, yeah,
That's
exactly.
There was
A good stiff wind will get.
Right. I agree. I remember those days.
Jay, at some point in your life, you said you were straight, also.
Yes, I agree. I did.
second grade.
Mhm.
Aw.
There was
No,
one.
up until I was 40.
Oh wow! One of the strippers was really nice. There was a girl who I'd worked with had gone down to New Orleans, and she was somehow we were talking about the strippers, and she was talking about one of the strippers, and I showed the picture of Jeremy and the stripper, and she goes, "I know that guy. That's the guy that I like." So when I went down again in August and I saw the stripper, I said, "Please, I need a picture. I need a picture with you to send to my girlfriend at work. She's in love with you." And I showed the picture of him and Jeremy. He's like, "Oh, send me that picture. Yeah, you can get a picture with me." I'm looking for the picture now. But I had a ball.
Was it one of the guys at Corner Pocket, or was it one of the guys at a different place?
It was the Corner Pocket.
Do you have
Oh,
strippers
okay.
in other places?
Yeah, on
Well,
Bourbon Street there were some.
Yeah, the Jeremy, that first year we were there, he went to be a judge at that like amateur night strip like thing.
I was there for that. You're right.
Yeah, and it was a different bar. I wasn't there, but I remember hearing his story about it. So,
Can you see the picture?
Wait a minute, where is it?
Oh wait, my camera's not on.
No, your camera's not.
And I can't see the picture. So,
All right, here, Gavin. Let me send you the picture.
Holy fuck, Ed Gong. Look at that thing waving in the wind. Jesus Christ.
Aw.
Where are you sending it to?
I don't know. That's too difficult to do.
Put it in the chat room.
I'm not even in the chat room.
It's on his phone.
Oh, fuck.
Let me see if I can...
Tim in Alaska is cooking now, I guess.
Aw.
Aw.
So, anyway. Hi, Mib. I don't know who you are, but welcome. Hi.
That's me.
Has Gary in Albuquerque, in Phoenix, and wherever the fuck he is now? Y'all, I'm on my second cocktail, and I am not feeling any pain.
That's good.
Good.
We are your what's the name of that bar you got?
Enablers.
I haven't had a drink since
we're your Dudley Do Right.
I haven't had a drink since the last show we did. So
Oh wow.
Oh my God.
You are a lying sack of shit,
No,
Gavin.
I'm not.
No, that's true.
Swear to God.
Really?
Yeah, I don't doubt
You've
it.
lived with Jim this long and hadn't had a drink?
Well, you know what? That might be a regular occurrence now.
Okay.
Let's face it.
So, well, Gavin, I don't know that I speak for everybody else, but especially nowadays, you doing the show means a hell of a lot to a lot of people.
You know what? And it means a lot to me because I love you, Jim, but
What?
You need other people.
I need to talk to other people.
We love Jim too, but
I need to talk to other gay people. Like I work with a lot of people, and I can talk to, but
Bye, Laughing Buddha.
It's not the same thing. And I miss the porn. That's what my miss.
Yeah, I
I mean, I every day, at least once a day, I look at my new Tumblr, but
That's not. I don't think the new Tumblr will ever be as disgusting as the old Tumblr.
Oh no, I think it's
No.
definitely. I think it's better than the old one, as far as I'm
Really?
concerned. Oh yeah.
See, that's like oh, it's not like it used to be, and oh no, I love it more now. It's all perception.
Well, Jim's old, so.
Yeah, but I like my porn a little more twisted.
Gavin, you're older than he is.
I know my major disappointment for this year is going to be the fact that I can't go anywhere for my 60th birthday. I really wanted to do some fun, like maybe go 2 or 3 places on a trip, but
Why can't you go?
Gavin,
as far as I know, I mean, I'm not making any plans right now. Let's put it that way.
Is that with or without me?
Oh, I don't care.
you can come to Fat Acres.
It's irrelevant.
Did you hear that?
Well, I don't want to give coronavirus to the elderly,
Okay. Oh my God! Send me Baron Frosty has sent me text messages. Send me the link to old chat room slut, or patch me in as a guest. I'm bored and drunk. Baron Frosty, would you like to come on and chat with us?
Oh,
yes.
And
Yes.
yes.
Yes, bring them on. Bring them on.
Skype. We're on the Skype. Who are you on the
What
Skype?
What is your name on
Skip.
Oh shit, how do I add people on
Yeah,
here?
I had my Charleston is honestly super charming. It is.
How do I add people on this thing?
I don't know. Aunt, you need to come to Fat Acres. Also, Bill, and Craig need to come to Fat Acres.
Yep. We didn't say anything, but if Corona had not hit, we were going to come up the coast and we were going to not surprise you, but we were going to stop in Charleston and see you.
Oh, that would have been lovely.
We wanted to see Fatty.
Gavin, you might need to get his email.
Aunt is getting ready to send us something too. Y'all have met Jim? You haven't met Aunt. Bill, have you ever met Aunt?
Yes, I met Aunt.
You did?
Yes, not last year, not last August, the August before in New Orleans.
Yes, he was at the Pride 40. I did meet him.
Aunt didn't come to New Orleans.
Wait, which Aunt?
There's only one Aunt.
There's only one Aunt. Yeah.
Not this year. Wasn't he at the one
There was Aunt from Texas and there's Aunt from California.
There's Anthony from Texas, but he's not
Anthony is from California, isn't he?
There's no Anthony is from. There's an Anthony from Texas. So.
Okay, I thought he was. I
can't figure out how to add somebody to this.
Aunt came to PDX. Okay, great.
All right.
All right.
Wrong Aunt.
No, there's an Anthony, but there's only one Aunt. Aunt, I got to tell the story about Aunt.
Okay.
Aunt, at my very first listener meet and greet, it was in San Francisco. And Aunt, correct me if I get the details wrong. We were at a bar called The Mix.
Right.
It was on 18th Street. It was like next to the Bear Bucks. It was the Starbucks where the Bears went. And we had I was scared to death. I had no idea what to fucking expect on a first meet and greet with people that listen to this shit. And it was just lovely. Aunt, weren't you there at that first meet and greet? If you weren't, I'm fucking forgetting. But I think you were. Yes. Anyway, but
isn't he one of the ones that reached up under your kilt?
The Bay Area. And Aunt reached. I wore a kilt. And he reached up under there and was playing with the boys. And it was like, okay, this is not so bad meeting listeners. And out. And I don't think I'm, I know the owner of the Mix. His name happens to be Larry. Okay, well, there you have it. Aunt was there. And Aunt, I'm going to say this, and if I'm talking out of turn, then I'm sorry. But evidently, Ant's husband enjoys the ballet as well, and so he's very used to participating in ballet. You know, the finer points of the ballet. Well, anyway,
ballet theater.
right.
Mhm.
And
Nice.
I had another meeting years later called at a bar called the Cock.
Oh,
And I went into the Cock the day before we were supposed to have the meet and greet.
right.
And I went up to the bartender and I said, okay, this isn't going to make any sense to you, but I do a podcast, do a gay podcast, and I'm meeting some of my listeners here tomorrow night. And would you wear this T-shirt that has my face on it that says Big Fatty Online or I love Big Fatty Online or whatever, something like that? Um, and he says, absolutely. I said, and when people come in and say, oh my God, you listen to Big Fatty, and says, oh yeah, oh, you're here for the Big Fatty event, of course. We're all excited that the Big Fatty is going to be here. It meant the world to me. And Ant, God love him, he just made the old man happy again by reaching under the cap. And y'all, he came to y'all. Can you tell I've had some gin? He came to Lost Wages, but he didn't want me to know. He didn't want me to know I was coming. And so it was a big surprise.
Wait, he was coming, you mean?
well, coming to Lost Wages.
Right. But you said you were coming.
Oh, did I? Okay, Baron Frosty has now unsubscribed. Okay, anyway. But, oh my God. Ant is just one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. I'm just telling you, he's one of the sweetest people you'll ever meet. And I would love to go to Palm Springs. La Hacienda is where I stayed the last time I was there, Ant. And it's just a small place, but oh my God, I had so much fun there.
I'd like that. Can you start that over again?
We don't see you.
I'm kidding.
Okay, Baron Frosty says, Big Fatty slurring warms my cockles. Wait a minute, did we ever Frosty can join the conversation?
I cannot figure out how to.
Baron Frosty, who are you on the Fatty? Have you started putting your Alaska adventure? Tim, I need to look because Alaska Air has a direct flight from Seattle to Charleston, and I bet I could get a quick layover in Seattle and come on up there, and now would be an excellent time to do that. You know what? When I get done here, maybe not tonight. Tonight's not quite time.
Do your research when you're more clear-headed, right?
Yeah.
Ant's typing something there, y'all. Gavin. I'm sorry. But that's
all right. I was away. I'm trying to figure out how.
Just look kindly, like, oh my God, it's so sad to see him go downtown.
Oh, here I can add a person.
Oh, you figure out how to add him?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good.
Does he know?
Next Blime.
Next Blime?
Mm-hmm.
All right, where do you see that? Oh, Next Blime.
Next Blime.
Mm-hmm.
Is there an underscore or something?
Nope, it's all one word. Next Blime.
XTBLIME.
Oh, there it is, Baron Frosty.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Add that. Hope he's not winning.
And it was so simple. There's a little person's head with a plus sign aside of it.
Oh, wait a minute.
Join
us.
I'm waving.
Thing.
Hi. Speak.
He's not. You have to fucking talk. Really?
He doesn't want to spread his corona.
He's
talk.
He's muted.
Talk. Say something.
Talk.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we got it.
Thank you for finally.
Hi. Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi.
I don't have my mixer or my nice microphone, so I probably sound bad.
No, you're fine.
Oh, you sound
have
delightful
you
as
ever
always.
listened to this show?
You know what? I need another drink. I'll be right back.
Anybody else?
Okay.
Oh my God, Jim, you're having another drink? What?
I haven't had
not?
one since
Oh.
August.
Oh, by the way, Jim, you should
I'll
have.
be back.
What'd you say, Gavin?
You should have. Why? You look like you have bug eyes with those glasses.
Chris, Mark says, Gavin, can you add me?
Who?
Oh, Chris.
Oh, Chris.
The old
I need a Skype name.
It's now a straight swinger resort. Ugh.
What?
Wait a minute. How do I get rid of this?
I need a Skype name, Chris.
I don't know. Baron Frosty, have you ever listened to Gavin's show before?
Yes. And
You
I've been in the chat room a handful
Oh, that's
of times.
right.
So-
But-
Okay,
Yeah.
turn your volume up because you're not nearly loud enough. Just click it on your headset thing, your microphone thing on around your neck.
I can hear you guys fine. Can you not hear me?
Yeah, but we want to hear you cackle loudly.
You're just low.
Let me see if I can figure out how to adjust my microphone.
Okay, you're better now.
Okay.
So
Why don't you turn up your hearing aid, Grandpa?
I will fucking beat your ass. Y'all, I want to just announce something. 2 weeks ago tonight, no, a week ago tonight, I have on my calendar, 2 weeks ago tomorrow, I have on my calendar Baron and Dr. P. And the bitch decided not to come out of an abundance of caution or whatever.
The world ended and we had to cancel our vacation.
It's true. But had you been here, what would we have done, Baron?
We were going to go to Dudley Do Rights because I don't think I've ever been there.
Really?
And I was going to go to Peace Pie. And that's about it.
Oh, right, because we did that. You came here before. Tell everybody about your first visit here.
My first visit to Charleston, we stayed in a hotel that was across from an outlet mall, which
Right.
worked out to be very advantageous because it was in August and it was like about 105 degrees there.
Uh-huh.
And within like 2 days, we ran out of clothes and had to buy new clothes.
No, you ran out of clothes.
Yeah. No, because you were changing like 3 times a day because it was so hot.
No.
I'm
you
back.
Changing 3 times a day. I wasn't.
But Charleston was very charming. There's a lot of historical stuff, which is, I'm a history guy, so I like history stuff. We did a lot of house tours. We went to museums. We went to Fort Sumter. We went to the Fat Villa.
And
we
it's
had a-
lovely, isn't it?
That's historical.
We had a really fun time, actually.
Gavin,
Fat Villa, isn't it?
are you watering down the vodka?
No.
Oh my God! Who posted the fucking X-ray of the?
I find that disturbing.
I find it kind of hot. So
An
anyway.
X-ray of what?
It's an X-ray of somebody fucking somebody, and you see the dick going into the ass, and except it looks like a woman, I think, but
Yeah.
it's kind of fucking hot. Okay,
Wow.
now look at that thing that came out of those pants. Anyway,
Is
is the porn helping you?
Not really, because I'm not feeling it tonight. I masturbated earlier today, so I'm okay right now.
Ew.
Oh,
Oh, you're not good for 2 a day? What?
I-
I'm almost 60 and I can do 2 a day.
Shut up, you fool.
Bill, what are you drinking?
sparkling water.
Oh,
Oh, he's one of
yeah.
those gays.
he's the flaw.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Isn't that like the thing that Absolutely Fabulous used to always push?
I want to know. Ant went to refill his beverage. I want to know what he's drinking, and I want to know what Tim and Elijah are drinking. Gary in Phoenix is drinking Baptist beer, which
It's
is Dr. Pepper.
Bud Light
Mm.
Lime.
What is that? Bud Light what?
Bud Light Lime, it looks like.
Lime.
Yes.
It's always
Lime is good for you.
In my pandemic pantry, I have an entire shelf just for booze.
Okay.
Good.
it's a good start.
So, Big Fatty, tell the listeners what you thought of my little pantry.
Y'all, all I gotta say is, if you ever have a dog that needs to lick somebody's ass, send them to Baron Frosty, because he's got enough peanut butter to keep that dog happy.
Where the fuck did you get that from?
Aw.
All right, Veritable is going to bow out. Bye, Veritable.
Good night, Veritable
Good night,
Virgo.
Veritable Virgo.
We'll miss
Bye.
you.
Where
Okay.
is Toppy? That's an excellent question. Baron,
know.
you have his direct phone number. Send him a text and say, we need to have you on Poke It with a Stick.
He has not come and joined us in like
I
He's-
know it.
a year.
Well,
He'll be all
because we
right.
haven't done one in a year, but anyway.
Oh, it's only in December.
Okay, Ant is drinking vodka soda. That sounds almost nutritious. And Tim is having Mountain Dew.
Oh.
What? Later, I'll be drinking Euphoria. I don't know what that is. A lovely
that
warm
mean?
cocktail I learned from a friend in Cambodia with spiced simple syrup, passion fruit, and ginger ale.
Oh,
Oh,
that sounds
okay.
kind of tasty.
I just texted Toppy and told him to join us.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you.
I'm drinking out of my. Is my camera working?
No.
No.
You're frozen.
No. Oh.
You look like fucking Charles Nelson Riley
Oh.
with
no.
the big glasses and going, ha ha. Okay.
I'm drinking out of
famous
my-
Toppy Smelly may or may not live 5 miles from me.
Say that again.
Internationally famous Toppy Smelly may or may not live 5 miles from me.
Really? Well, tell him to come over there.
Well, let's social distance.
Tell him to bring Sassy over there, and he can stay upstairs, and you can stay downstairs.
Just tell me.
You downstairs in the crafting castle?
I'm upstairs. I'm in the spare bedroom.
Are you
have
going to make another pyramid, Baron?
Yes.
You are? Okay.
What? I'm
Great.
lost.
Yeah.
He does it. He's an internet YouTube celebrity, and he's
makes-
delirious, of course.
He makes these fantastic pyramids.
Fuck! Look at that big dick.
Can I tell you guys a super big secret that only you and the internet will know about?
Well,
Yeah.
Sure.
For my
What?
next project, I'm doing this collaboration with Daniel Brewer,
Right?
and
Mhm.
I'm making these dragon eggs.
Ah.
Do they open? And I'm making these eggs, and I'm gonna and I have these metallic scales. See these little metallic things that I made? Can you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put these metallic scales all over these, and inside the eggs, I'm gonna have these little dragon babies. See?
Aw.
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 What are they? Are they like little stuffed animals or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're little baby. They have big eyes, and they look like baby stuffed animal dragons. And
Cool.
because Daniel Brewer also has a YouTube channel with his partner, whose name I
Right.
can't remember because I'm drunk.
Zach.
Zach.
And we're doing this inter-channel collaboration thing.
Right.
Oh, that's
Expand those viewers.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want to monetize.
That's pretty cool. You have any with unicorns in them?
They're it's kind of like a Game of Thrones like dragon egg thing, and we're tying it into Easter. Well, this was pre-coronavirus, so I don't know if we're still doing the Easter thing.
All right, y'all. I'm going to say something terribly inappropriate
Wait a minute. Let me turn up my volume then.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
because I've had some gin.
Oh,
But y'all, I agree with Trump.
What?
Do I need to
It-
delete you?
No, you'll understand why in a second. Because I also think that everybody should go to church on Easter Sunday and crowd the churches. Because then they'll all get the coronavirus.
I'm not.
And there'll be less voters.
I'm not comfortable with that.
Has anybody gone to church online yet?
Excuse me.
If I had the power
it's
to
the
kill
gent
stupid
talking.
people,
I'm sorry.
the population of the world.
You know you're gonna be sorry you said that tomorrow, right?
I know.
You know
Anyway,
what? Don't you wish there was 3 cases of beer you could bend over right now?
What?
Last time I saw you this shit face, somebody was bending you over a couple cases of beer.
I remember that story.
I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that, was I?
Jim, you and I do a special moment. You're right.
Oh, you heard the story before.
No, that was a new
No, I don't think Barron was there that night.
He wasn't,
but I told him.
No, that was the first night in New Orleans. That was our first
that was the familiarization tour with a small group, a small.
Was that when Big Fatty got fucked by the big black man?
Yes. It was like, what happened was, it was like, Jim, will you excuse me 1 minute? And I'm like, sure. And I just kept on talking. And next thing you know,
step aside for a moment.
I have to clarify. It was a huge black man.
I can verify that.
I don't mean fat huge. I mean huge black man.
Gavin, we can't see your video.
Oh, why?
I don't know. It stopped.
Jim, he was gifted, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. Well, I kind of reached down there before your mouth.
Did my mouth go down there at all?
No, I don't think that was your mouth. Not that mouth. Yeah, baby, your head was so close to the floor, it was unbelievable. I was worried.
Wait a minute. Say that again. I didn't.
I said your head was so close to the floor. I thought maybe you were going to come up lumped up with a big lump on your forehead.
I'm going to tell you what. There's not much I remember about that other than, oh my God, Jim was here and now I don't care if Jim is here.
There's one hole, baby. If it ain't my hole, I ain't involved.
You know what? It was one of those, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening in front of all these Pride 48 people. But it was right after, this is where this kind of thing happens. And I was telling people,
don't worry.
This is, and damn if it didn't happen.
Yeah. He was like,
you can see this. There's show nothing. All right, Gavin, you give your perspective.
It was like, here, let me show you around. He showed us, like, here's the bar, here's where, and then he took us to the back and was like, this is where everybody creeps and blah, 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 blah. And 2 minutes, we all kind of like nodded at each other. We looked back and he's bent over a fucking case of fucking nail. We were all like, wait, well, okay.
What y'all didn't know is I'm talking to Jim, but I see this guy walk into the bathroom and I'm going, Jim, shut the fuck up so I can go in the bathroom right now. And then the guy comes out and comes right over and I'm like, oh my God, Jim, get the fuck away from me. But if
I was in a chatty mood that night,
I will say this. Jim, of all people, understood what was happening. And Jim, of all people, understood what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I walked away and giggled.
That was perfect.
I don't know if you were there or not.
No. He walked over to all of us and said, Look what's going on.
That I believe. That I believe.
It must
we're all like turned our head. We're like, oh shit.
Like mid-pounding.
Jim, just lie to me and tell me you were jealous.
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted my shit all whacked out like that, yeah.
Stop it.
I just, oh my God.
It's not like I've ever gotten in your way.
No, you've never get in my way.
No. Why would I?
People ask who's that guy. People always ask who are you. I just say you're my retarded brother.
Yeah.
Gavin or me?
Gavin.
That doesn't matter.
Anybody.
Whoever he's with.
Anybody in the way.
Oh my God, look at that foreskin being pulled away and licked. Oh my God.
Oh,
I want smell-o-vision.
Ooh,
Anyway, Tim in Alaska says, Big Fatty singing. You're everything I need and more. It's written all over your face. Baby, I can feel your halo. I pray it won't fade away. Oh, well. Well, Jim and Mr. Cackle. Okay. So.
I
Yes,
don't.
Gary, that was the first year.
I don't know how to start my video, so.
Do you have your square?
Yeah.
All right. Go to your
Yeah, that was the introduction to New Orleans.
Yeah, it really was. Jay, were you there?
No, I wasn't there that night. I heard about it the next day when I came in.
It was the talk of the town.
That was
Bill, were you there?
I was not. I heard that was legendary because I heard about it the next day from Tom and Terry.
Oh.
Anyway, look who has returned.
Oh, we missed them.
Thank God you don't drink. Thank God you don't drink.
What are we talking about?
Baron Frost.
Oh.
I get very thirsty.
Well,
can I just say, there are few things in the podcast universe that I enjoy more than your laugh. Because it is absolutely, y'all, if you don't listen to Blonde Time, you don't have to, it's like Big Fatty. It truly is. You don't have to understand what's going on. You just have to understand the realness of it.
Oh my God.
Because it's, when he fucking starts laughing, there is no doubt in your mind that this is not fake, that this man is a lunatic. And the people he hangs around with are equal lunatics. And how Dr. P ended up in this group is beyond me.
No, he's so quiet.
Alpha to the Omega.
He doesn't say a word. He just stands back.
If Dr. P gets one word in, it's a miracle.
It is. It's usually when they say, "Are you still there?"
Right. Is Dr. P still here? He went to pee. He went to take a dump.
You know, Big
Jump
Fatty,
your
when I was growing up,
Uh-huh.
I was always very embarrassed about my laugh. I was very shy. People would make fun of my laugh because it was so loud. But when I became an adult, I realized that my laugh is my superpower.
It is.
And I have been like in strange cities where I have laughed and people have been like, "Oh my God, is that Baron Frosty?" I mean, like, people know my laugh.
Right? Right?
Yep.
And you know what?
So I own it.
Well, but
you should.
That's what makes you. So, oh my God, let's see who's.
I wanted to say something real quick to other people that are listening and other podcasters and stuff like that. You had said earlier that it's really nice that I'm doing this again.
Yes.
And I want to encourage in this situation that we're all in, that maybe like people that are getting a little cabin fever or whatever, maybe anybody that has access to or wants access to can get in touch with
Adam.
Who are we getting in touch with nowadays?
Adam
Burns owns everything.
I don't know if it changed.
He owns everything.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Adam Burns and
The president.
do live shows.
in touch with
I mean,
me,
even if it's on a whim, just post on the Facebook page. 5 people show up, and you got 2 people talking. Everybody's happy.
People need to talk at this time.
Everybody should just like, if you're tired of just dealing with not being able
Come on, you motherfucker.
function. It's like he's talking about me or
No, I'm talking about my mouse.
oh, okay. But
he's talking about you,
I want
Gavin.
to encourage other people. And Big Fatty, I would like you to mention that in your show. Encourage other people to use the stream. It's there. That's what it's there for. You know what I
You
mean?
should be a televangelist.
Else does a regular show.
I'm going to tell you, when you put out in January that you weren't going to do your show anymore, I'm like,
Big Fatty had a breakdown.
It's not going to do it anymore. It's just
I know that, but that's the way I perceived it. Okay,
I started feeling can I say why?
Yeah,
I started feeling like
because of me.
After what, 5 years? What, 5, 6 years? Like I could see a repetition of the same things every spring, every summer, every fall, it's just like we were talking about the same stuff.
Honey, I read my fucking grocery receipt.
Yeah, I know you do.
Every fucking Thursday because it's on my.
I've been doing my show for 10 years and we've never talked about anything.
They're still talking about Wednesday of their cruise 3 years ago. They still haven't fucking finished Wednesday of that goddamn cruise.
Finish the card game, for God's sake.
Oh my God. Gavin, he fucking, I know you don't listen to Baron Frosty. He fucking plays computer card games on the show. And they go, is it my deal?
Diamond.
Did so-and-so go get a cigarette? Oh, we can finally hear fucking so-and-so. Oh, but in
Rodney,
the middle
unmute.
Hear that fucking laugh.
What are we playing? Euchre? Are we playing euchre tonight?
It's like the Seinfeld of the LGBT podcasting community.
Rusty, where was your podcast?
Wishes he was Mr. Cackle. Okay. And yes, Mr. Mike says we need to hear more about Tide Pods.
No, we don't. You know what?
Go online and send Tide Pods to Baron Frost.
I missed the days when that was our worst.
What? Wait, say it again, Gavin. I'm going to shut up now.
Yeah, good luck.
How dare you?
I missed the days when Tide Pods were our worst problem.
Right?
So
something happened? Did something worse happen?
What?
My vodka's kicking in.
Life is what you make it.
What?
Tonight, this is what we made it.
I don't know if we made it.
Yeah, we did, because we all got together.
We've made it.
Oh, okay. In a good, positive way. Okay, never mind.
We've made it. And wait a minute. It's not going to end. I mean, you're going to post it on Facebook when you're sober, right? Not Facebook, but the other thing, YouTube. And I know people will be listening there. All right. So.
Yeah, I no longer have a feed, so
use my Tumblr.
It's not going to be. It's not going to be on. It's not going to be available on like iTunes or anything because that doesn't exist anymore. But
the podcast will be on my doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, I canceled it.
Were you downloading it all the time?
I was
uploading it. Oh,
use my Tumblr because I mean your porn would look great with like apple pie recipe.
No, but it will be available in audio on my page, and it will be on YouTube. So I'll post links to it in the.
I'll tell everybody that we did it and tell them to go over there. So not that everybody listens to me, but anyway,
we'll probably be doing this every Friday night. Maybe sometime Saturday. I don't know. It depends on what we're up to until this nightmare is over.
Barry mentioned it on his show. Also, of course, they won't hear it till December. But
at least.
I will be what's known in the marketing industry as the trailing indicator.
It's on trailer.
Oh, that's what that means.
Trailing indicator. Is that like bent over a case of beer?
Yeah.
I think Big Fatty was indicating something at that point.
Rosebud.
Wait a minute. Say that again. I typed out there. Then again, I Skyped out.
You'll have to listen to it later.
Oh, Jim said something about bending over a case of beer, and then it Skyped out.
Yeah.
You know what I've learned tonight?
What have you learned tonight?
What?
I did not. I knew the story about the big black man, but I did not know about the case of beer. So that's news to me, and it's illuminating my understanding of the situation.
Darren, I was mortified.
It was
Jim,
the fact
you were
that
fucking
we were all,
envious. You
He
were
was
fucking
jealous.
envious.
Yeah.
It was the fact that we're all old people. We didn't think to whip out our cameras and.
I
Could have posted that on Facebook.
Nobody wants a
I
picture
just
of
say-
that old thing.
Can I just say, you see this old thing, okay? I don't understand it, but you know what? It is what it is, and if a special chair will bring something that wants to sit on a special chair or lay under a special chair to the fat acres,
Whatever.
God love 'em. I'm not going to say no.
Baby, can you make me feel like a king sitting on that chair?
I've been on top of.
Jim, you can come sit on my chair.
I'll stop at Burger King and get a crown.
Okay. Baron Frosty has extra crowns. Or
There we
he's
go.
putting
He's
his
just-
he's putting his crown on now. Wait a minute.
Darren, if you wear that, you can
He's
sit on the
putting his
chair.
crown on now because you know he is the king of Craft Castle.
Crap Castle?
Is it Craft or Crafting
This
Castle?
is in honor of Big Fatty.
He's crowning.
Wait a minute.
Well, I don't remember what episode number it was, Baron, but one of the best episodes you guys have ever done was your live episode in New Orleans last year. So that was
shit.
that was
I
one
got
of the
my
best
crown.
ever.
My favorite episode from New Orleans was the year they did bingo and they didn't put bingo across the top of the cards. It's the numbers and you just go, what the fuck?
We tried so hard to plan ahead.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Somehow I
you know,
missed
worst,
that.
you know what my worst memory of New Orleans was?
Wait a minute. Let
Next
me
to
think.
Nessa. Well, no. Besides the fact that I was jealous that you were getting fucked up the ass like an animal, was
Jim, it was not a small black man, was it?
you know what? Now you're talking to a man. You're talking to a man who likes to take a fist for fun,
Right.
right?
Right.
So it was kind of like, oh,
I'm Catholic.
he's doing good. All right, but my worst memory of New Orleans was sitting next to Nessa during Gavin's show because Nessa had me giggling and laughing, and I told Gavin like maybe 20 minutes before the show start, yes, I'll help you. You know, don't be nervous. Everything will go fine, right? And there I am sitting next to Nessa, and we're giggling like we're at church.
Yeah, you guys were giggling a lot over
Acting all stupid and shit. She
my God,
really wound me up.
You were like little girls.
Yeah.
Well, Nessa, first of all, Nessa is a treasure.
I love
God,
it.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to tell you two of my favorite things from New Orleans, and one involves Bill and Craig.
Aw.
And because Bill, look, years and fucking years and years and years and years and years ago, Bill became the number one fan of the BFO, the first.
1975.
Okay, you know.
Does he
Okay,
swallow?
I don't know if Bill kept listening through the years or not. It doesn't matter. I don't expect anyone. I don't know why anyone listens to this shit, but anyway.
Neither do
But
I.
you know, if you listen to Blonde Time, I can understand why you listen. But anyway, Bill brings his husband Craig, who
I
is
love
like,
Craig.
oh my God,
Mhm.
do I have to fucking listen to this fucking podcast and shit? it's just, oh my God.
I think Craig likes
You
me.
could just
Yeah,
see
I
the
think
transformation. You could literally, and Bill, correct me if I'm wrong, you could see the transformation from, I really don't want to do this, but I love you, so I'm going to do it, to, okay, I kind of get it now.
yes, yeah.
Because by the end of the first year, he was like, he was
was like-
speaking.
he
He
was
got
like
up to the microphone and he
Mhm.
spoke from his heart.
Yep.
Okay,
He was a
and then
social
he came
butterfly
back
by
the
the end of it.
second
I
year.
think he is a big fan of Lime Time also.
did. We laugh in the car listening to Blind Time.
Okay, and he came back
Well,
a second year, and I'm like, it just. I say, oh my God, it touches my heart, and oh my God, what the fuck's wrong with you? All at the same time.
Well,
No, I.
Did you ever tell me how you started listening to the BFO?
I think it came over from the Little Fatty Cast. I found you when
Okay.
you were in the Little Fatty Cast.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. The first time I heard Blind Time, I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's like my version of everybody else listening to the BFO for the first time. I'm like, I don't know if I can listen to this shit. But I kept listening, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing this laughter, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't stop listening to this. So, anyway, what was my second favorite thing about New Orleans?
Frosty, how long have you been doing your show?
Good night, Ed Gong.
Bye,
Oh,
Ed.
good night, Ed.
Bye.
Good night,
We
Ed.
started our show in
Gonna put your
2013.
porn.
All right.
Oh wow,
Oh,
it's been that long. Wow.
we've
Been
been
a
on for
really
over
long
2
time.
hours.
We're up
How
to
long have you been on, Big
episode-
Fatty?
We're up to episode
13
like
years.
379.
Oh my God.
Now, how long have you been on doing a podcast? So, like,
My podcast.
not
13
yours,
years.
all of them.
Oh, I don't know how long I was on Little Fatty. Several years, probably
Yeah.
3 or 4.
You know what cracks me up is like, here you are a pioneer of podcasting. Same with John Ong. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute.
Quit
Now
stroking
you
his
have.
neck.
Wait a minute. Now you see radio stations doing podcasts.
Oh,
All right. And it's like,
and
this is the
television.
shit that you people like you, John Ong, whoever, like you were the first guys out there doing shit. All right. Like, is there going to be like a monument somewhere that we could all piss on one day when we're old?
Yeah, it's gonna be a stack of beer kegs and
Oh!
Well,
Let
there's
me
got
know.
to. There. By the way, Mr. Mike, thank you for that last picture. Oh my God. Oh,
Did you get the guy's name anyway?
oh
night.
my God. Baron Frosty, look at that picture.
How do I look at the picture?
That last picture, just click by Mr. Mike's name in the chat room. Have you not been looking at the fucking porn?
No, I don't know how.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Are you in the chat room?
yes, he's in there.
So, did you remember the second thing about Craig? No.
No.
Craig's really nice. I love Craig.
Craig
I love
Craig is a
Craig.
treasure.
He is.
Craig is a
uses-
treasure.
Craig and Jim have
And-
bonded.
I love Craig to death. There's only one thing that bothers me, and it's the fact that he uses a hot pot. And he's like a hot. No, what do you call those things?
Instapot.
Instapot. Yeah, he's like he's an Instapot evangelist, and I'm like, do not ever take me away from my regular old pots.
I
And
desperately
who
want
is a fucking prude?
I will say now. I use a steam when I make a cake. I prefer my cake steamed on the pot, on the stove, in the can, and I make a steamed pudding. He's like, oh well, the Instapot could probably get that done in 3 minutes. And I'm like, fuck that shit. No, I want to wait 3 hours, 4 hours till that fruitcake is done. I love them. I do like. Oh, I love.
So good though.
I don't
Next
like my.
time,
don't
the
like my
Virginia
Insta
gentleman
potty.
and I go for a car trip, we're gonna pick up Craig, and we'll take him out.
What, are you going to leave my ass at home?
Probably, yeah.
No, you and
Honey,
I will
Honey, let Jim take Craig out, and he'll be changed. He'll be a changed man,
He'll
and
be a whole
you just
new
look
man.
forward to him returning.
He'll be coming back saying, "Having my baby."
What?
Bill, you and I will go out.
You know,
Yeah, there you go.
You know what I love about Pride 48 is every once in a while, some of the most meek and timid and I'm so dainty and blah 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 people will
Put
come
your
up to
hand
me and
down,
say,
bitch.
"So, Big Fatty, tell me a little bit more about the ballet theater."
Right.
I said, "I've got a friend that likes the ballet theater. Can you give me some tips?" Well, as a matter of fact, I can.
Do you know somebody in ballet? I haven't been listening.
I have a long history of association with the ballet, and
Do you really?
I do.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, it is my signature.
Philanthropic focus.
That's exactly
That is a perfect way to put it.
I'm very
You sucked it, stupid.
philanthropic when it comes to the ballet.
Yes, very giving.
I'm watching Baron, and he's just going, "Oh my god, that motherfucker is drunk as shit."
Gavin, yeah, I know. Gavin, are you going to get my next drink?
No way. If I ever go to a meet and greet or to Pride 48 or anything, and I have to buy a drink, shame on every fucking one of you. Is all I gotta say.
Yeah. Are you?
You know what? There's only one thing I gotta say. If I get another Pride 48 and there aren't deep fried cheese macaroni, what do you call that? Macaroni and cheese balls?
Cheese balls?
Yeah.
How much you putting in there?
What?
You know,
about crabs about here with
Big Fatty, are you going to do
stuff in there? Are you really getting me more booze?
Again?
God.
You want it or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm having a rare night, baby. This don't happen. My last drink was in August.
You know what? Can't say that anymore.
Well,
no,
Can't say that anymore. Anyway,
Big Fatty, I was asking if you were going to do a meet and greet ever again.
In these dark times.
Yeah.
You know, if I ever, I would love. I'm going to tell you, there are two places. Actually, there are three places that I really want to go.
Right.
Hawaii is on my bucket list.
Oh, okay.
There.
I'll go to Hawaii with you, Big Fat.
Yeah, I might meet you out there.
That's fun.
I want to go. I want to go to Alaska because I've never been there. It was
I'm never going there.
Very special place for my father.
They don't have electricity there.
Yeah, and this is Tim in Alaska's chance to come back in and say, "Bitch, we're waiting on you."
Yeah.
Okay. And I want to go back to Palm Springs.
Oh God! Can I tell you horror stories, baby?
Honey, you don't know my years of visiting Palm Springs, and I'm not going to tell it here because I
left bite marks on I don't know how many walls.
But I gotta say,
we've seen your pictures by the pool, Jim.
Well, he goes to that floral convention every year.
Yes.
Call me Rose.
Anyway,
Rose.
All I gotta say is,
right, Gavin, where's my booze?
The only thing better than Palm Springs is Ant in Palm Springs.
Mm-hmm.
And
you should go to Augusta.
Jim, let me take this moment.
All right.
Baron Frosty is.
I have a question.
Wait a minute. He's trying to form the words.
No, Baron Frosty is very.
You didn't spit in it, did you?
Yes, I did.
He's
Did you wash your
very hesitant,
Get out of here.
hesitant about the idea of going to the horror
Thank
hotel.
you.
Now, this is just my perspective. Okay,
Right.
he didn't necessarily say this. Okay, I think that he could go and be the belle of the ball because
Aw.
of his personality.
Who, Frosty?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, yeah.
He could wear that
I could
fucking
see him in a-
crown around the pool.
I can see him in a big hoop skirt.
You know what? Yeah.
He could wear a big hoop skirt that would keep people 6 feet away from him.
Wait a minute. Gavin, did you put booze in here?
But can't you see him going there and just would you tell him it has nothing to do with sex?
Well,
no.
Baron,
If it has nothing to do with sex, I'm not interested.
no,
No, I'll be
Baron,
very honest with you. I'll be very honest with you. As far as Baron Frosty goes, he would go there, and he's the type of person. He's very dominant. Emotionally.
Dominant?
No, he ain't. No, not in bed. That's a different story. He's gonna find his own crowd. All right, and that's the perfect place for him.
Where are we talking?
Because there's something of everything. All right, so he is not going to be left out. He would shine there because he has a lot.
The belle of the ball.
Yeah, I don't want to say it. Not that the locals lack personality. He's just a different personality.
Not that I hate everybody there, but I hate everybody there.
He's unique.
I
but he
never
would
did
fit
that.
in
We're talking about
perfectly.
New Orleans. I mean, Augusta.
Augusta?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Where's he afraid to? You won't go there? Yeah, Baron. You won't go there?
No, I would totally go there. Big Fatty has a delusion
Yeah.
that I'm a prude.
you could have stopped it.
Oh, please, Mary. You know what? We don't care if you are.
Illusion.
I don't care if you are or you aren't. You're going to go there and you're going to have a good
you
time.
would love it. Take it from me, like I wasn't the most like
He's
sexually
fucking blind, okay?
adventurous, but I did have a good time, and there's something delightful about standing outside a room and having somebody standing next to you describing what's going on inside the room, and then next thing you know, somebody's unzipping your pants and blowing you.
That happened to be my room they were describing.
Wait,
yes, it was.
wait, can I interrupt you?
Yes.
Just to make everything clear, he fucked Durwood.
Who fucked Durwood?
Durwood. Jay?
No.
Wait, Jay fucked Durwood?
No. Don't start rumors.
My
Wait,
God, I would
I
swallow for
need
Durwood.
photographic
No,
evidence. of
they
this.
were
No. We did not fuck. We messed around. We blew each other. It was very fun. We spent several hours making out. It was incredily fun.
You wasted that man's time. You didn't get his load.
Are you seeing the jealousy on my face?
Well, Durwood is great. We had a great time.
The hardest part of going to the horror hotel for some
is the check.
It's checking in. It's checking in.
Yeah, checking in. Fucking contestant.
What was her name? Miss Ruth or something?
No, Miss.
Getting a black eye for the
Miss
weekend.
June.
Oh, Miss June.
But anyway, I'm going to tell you the hardest part of going to the horror hotel is to grab your balls and say, you know what, I'm just gonna fucking go, and if it's horrible, it's horrible, and if it's half as good as it's been described, I'm gonna have a great time. Oh my God!
Wait a minute.
I just realized I had hand sanitizer right here in my office. Right now.
And
you were talking about Augusta like that. Now I was face down upstairs in the TV room.
I like that sport.
You are Jim. You are the poster child for
Face down.
gaping
for
aura.
put him on the turntable and take your turn.
Well, no. Well, let me tell you something. I have not had problems with hemorrhoids thing below my navel since then.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
But-
just going to say that you have to get to a point in your life where you just, and you've heard me say this 1,000 times, and Bill will agree, you just got to quit giving a shit
Bill's
what
only
anybody
28 years
else
old.
thinks.
Which type?
Honey, you can be as delirious as you want, but I guarantee that if you come to the horror hotel, look, mild-mannered Dr. Stone has been there on many occasions.
He was there
Just
the
to
same
say
year
that.
I was.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
we
no,
had a
what
great
you-
I'll
time.
tell you, he does what he wants to do, but
Yep.
he has a good time. It's all about being social. And who are you, Mr. Cackle? You are the most social person that I know. You never meet a stranger.
You'd be fucked in the bar in no time.
That too, but
The bar's great.
if you wanted to be. But anyway, Bill, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. At some point in your life, you gotta quit giving a shit what anybody else thinks and just grab your balls and just say, I'm just gonna fucking do this, and if it's my thing, it's my thing, and if it's not my thing, it's not my thing. But I'm gonna at least make a decision from an informed perspective.
Yeah.
That was the reason I came to Pride 48 the first year there in New Orleans.
Right.
And
It's like, what the fuck?
and
Look at it. Wait a minute. Look at all of us. None of us are going to end up
And-
being whores on the street.
you
Well,
are
What's really,
fucking-
really
Oh.
interesting is I've been
But
to
Bill,
Pride 48.
and going to Pride 48 the first time.
I've been to
Continue.
Pride 48 probably 5 times, and
Mhm.
every time I go, I make really good friends with somebody. And I think this year
Mhm.
Bill was my good friend.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Sorry.
Aww.
Yeah, we've
Cool.
stayed in contact pretty good since then.
Aww.
That was
Well-
it's fun.
You know, it's
And-
fun. It's funny because a lot of people seem so much larger than life until you meet them in person. You realize they don't give a shit. They're just like the same old as nothing. Nothing's different from your life as in theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I
They're
mean?
just as fucked up as I am.
Bill, you've been listening to me for years. You met me for the first time. There is nothing fucking different from me in real life than there is from me on the show, is there?
No.
No,
When
yeah,
did I meet you
okay.
for the first time, Big Fatty?
Do
The
what?
black man on the
When did
beer
I meet you
case.
for the first time?
You met me for the first, probably at Pride 48. I don't remember. I have no fucking memory.
You
It
don't
had to be
remember
like
the
10
first
years
time?
ago
Did I?
in Vegas.
Oh.
Oh, it's been that long?
I don't remember that. Do you remember that? Tell me about it. Remind me about it, because
Was
Look,
it a
we were
Pride
in a
it
48?
wasn't
Dude.
impressionable. It's just I don't fucking remember shit.
The first time,
Hashtag
the first
downtown.
time I went to Vegas, I was of the school that I will never listen to Big Fatty. I hate that show. It's unlistenable. And
Okay, so you were being honest.
I still think that.
I believe
And
I
you
you.
don't think
I was
that
there
way.
for the other shows. I was not there for Big Fatty. But I realized that you were the
Blue.
sauce that made everything happen.
Yes.
Mhm.
That is one of the reasons why when he got to 3,000, I flipped the fuck out and I'm like, that man can't quit. He doesn't realize no, he does not realize what a glue he is. And maybe it's better off that he doesn't realize what kind of a glue he is, because it'll just keep everything real.
Well, my attitude on that was, what else are you doing?
Oh, motherfucker, that's me.
Now, Baron, I agree with exactly what you just said. I don't know why the fuck anybody listens to it. But okay, so you thought that when you went to Vegas, and then I was some sort of special sauce or whatever, and then what?
Special sauce.
Well, back in the day,
Okay.
I
No,
was there. I
I
was
want to
there
hear
as a
this,
listener.
honestly.
I was there as a listener in the early days.
Right.
And I was like, I didn't get your show, so I didn't listen. So I was there for the other. I'm a foul monkeys person. Just so you guys know. So that's kind of how I got into Pride 48. And
Right.
and so I wanted to meet Ricky, blah blah blah, and and that's all fun. And I visited Ricky in Chicago and all that, and that's cool. But I didn't. It took me like maybe 2 or 3 years to get the big fatty thing.
You know what? I fucking couldn't listen to Blind Time either.
Oh, jeez.
Honest to God, I listened. I went. Timmy Sims used to listen to you, and he's like, "Oh my God, this is the funniest fucking show." And I listen, I'm going, "Oh Jesus Christ!"
How is Timmy Sims?
I think he's okay.
Whatever happened?
All right.
He's still around. He posts things on Twitter from time to time, but it's like I say, every show is not for everybody.
Right.
I don't want everybody to listen to my show, but if you're going to give my show an honest chance, you've got to listen to at least a week.
Right.
Okay.
Or a month, maybe.
Okay, a month. All right.
I would say it takes a bit.
It just becomes a fucking it becomes fucking crack.
No, to the uninitiated, it is insanity.
It is.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's
Not
nothing
clinical.
redeemable about my show. Okay, most people turn it on and listen half at double speed and with one ear, and that's fine with me. I don't understand why anybody listens. I really don't.
No, your show is good.
No, it's not good. It's just
it's a self-centered ego trip.
Here's
we all can participate.
Here's the beautiful part about your show.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, not at all.
Excuse me. Jay was about to say something nice about my show.
No, I was going to say, here's the beautiful thing. It keeps a lot of us connected because you talk about a lot of the other shows.
It's social glue. It's social glue.
You play voicemails. It's got a lot of pieces. It's got your own receipts and things like that. But then there's a lot of pieces that are really cool. Like it's a great reminder to me to wish people a happy birthday and things like that I wouldn't get somewhere else.
Bill, why the fuck do you listen to this? Just be honest.
Just be honest, Bill.
I don't know. I've listened to it for so long that when I don't listen to it, I miss it.
Okay.
It's kind of a habit.
And Gavin's going, it's kind of a habit that I don't listen to anymore. You know what, Gavin?
It's not that I don't listen.
Let me.
Go ahead, Bill.
It's just, and I listen to him. That's the first podcast I listen to it when I leave on my nipple walk every morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I love your pictures.
I'm just going to say this. There's nothing that makes me happier than to hear people say computer.
Right? And it's sad that I say that at work.
It just becomes part of their normal life.
Let me tell you something. One of the reasons why
tubes and computer are two words I use all
Big Fatty. More than once I had said things like the once of the month. All right.
Or the tooth.
Yeah, things like that. And that did come up in my mind when I was being laid off.
Maybe they thought you were losing your mind. What?
Well, you know what? Sometimes I think I am losing my mind, and other times I think it's like, what?
There's
What?
Go ahead.
I'm thinking maybe you found it.
You know what? Have I been as happy?
You have been an absolute. I mean, other than the other night when I was being a bitch,
Right.
and that was on me because I was just tired.
You needed to jerk off.
But you have been, yeah. Well, actually, yeah, that's kind of a thing. He's been
Right.
very good. By the way, everybody, he's been very good about that.
What, you're jerking off?
I used to come home at 3:00, and he'd get home at 5:30. So I would have from 3:00 till 5:30 to like spank one out or whatever I wanted to do. He's been an absolute joy about. I'm like, him, I need to use the computer in the back room because otherwise I'm sitting in front of an entire bank of windows. So that's the only computer space I have is the back room to do that. So he's been an absolute joy about that. Whenever I feel I need that, he will get out of the way.
Right.
Well, and I love how I've entered everybody's mindset that they just say things without thinking.
Oh no, bitch, you ain't that important.
I mean, nobody goes. Look.
I say cinnamon broom like every 5 minutes.
You didn't know what a fucking cinnamon broom was until you.
I did not.
I did.
You're not that big here.
Nobody goes for a walk. Everybody goes for a nipple walk.
Nipple
Right,
walk.
Bill?
Nipple walk.
Yeah.
And every Friday I come home at noon and take a
Craig,
nip.
I'm going for a walk. He says, not a nipple walk. You know.
Every Friday I come home at noon and I take a nip and nap.
You take a nipple nap. I'm going to just go take a nipple nap. Even if you don't say it, you think it.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Don't you, Gavin?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, have you ever heard of the story about when Gavin and I met for the first time?
Oh my God, that poor car park.
No, first time we met
no.
we met at MAL.
We met at MAL. That was
room when I got
probably
whipped.
one of my
What?
favorite meet and greets. And we met at Mid-Atlantic Leather.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Gavin was in my room.
Uh-oh.
We weren't clothed.
You leech.
Isn't that right? Am I remembering that right, Gavin?
Yes. Were you there the night I got flogged?
I don't
Who
remember.
was wearing clothes and
no,
were there
that
whips
was-
involved?
okay,
I
that
need
was-
more
That
details.
must have been the next day. Oh, you know what? That was when you were like, you wanted to go to the pageant and I didn't want to go.
Well, no, I was meeting friends there to go to the pageant. Right.
Yeah. And I said no, and then I wound up I ran into people I knew from Philly,
Right.
and I had never been flogged before.
What?
And I was I was over 40. Anyway, I had never been flogged before because it requires there's a definite
Oh Jesus! Give me a long story.
There's a definite level of trust that goes behind that.
Absolutely.
So I ran into friends of mine and they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy is definitely somebody that would be fine." And that was the first time, and I enjoy it to this day. So,
What do you enjoy?
Was that Granny that did the flogging then? Or?
No, Granny wasn't there. No.
Oh,
But
okay.
I'm going to tell you what.
Philadelphia.
What about the steam room? Wait a minute. What?
Can
What?
we rewind to Gavin and Big Fatty naked in the same room?
Oh, yeah, we were naked in the same room. Well, I don't know if Gavin was naked.
We had been naked in the same room more than once.
Oh my God, that must have felt too.
Honey, we've been in a car together.
Yeah,
with an audience in the back seat.
We were naked though.
Who was in the back seat?
Who was in the back seat? It was
Joe Zubia.
Oh, nice.
and
and
Granny.
Jason.
Jason.
Who is Jason?
Yeah, who's Jason?
Turnip Head.
Oh, Turnip Head.
Oh,
Oh my
yeah,
God!
okay.
What?
Oh my God, Turnip Head is so hot. I'm in love with him.
All I know is we went. Y'all, if you ever go to Las Vegas,
Is that when you lost
go
the
to the
car?
Fun Hog Ranch.
Yes,
right,
the
Gavin?
Fun Hog Ranch
Yeah.
is really fun. Baron's been there.
If you like,
Once or twice.
Yeah, I
like
was there. We both had that lovely flight attendant gentleman that was so friendly with me.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
if you like
It's a
I'm
fun
trying to
place,
erase
isn't
that
it,
from my
Baron?
mind.
feel, that's the place to go.
How is Turnip Head doing? Has he been on anybody's show?
I talked to him yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and he's doing fine.
Oh, good.
Good.
He's
How's
very
Dave?
excited because gas is 63 cents a liter in Canada, which is $2.64 in a gallon in America.
Okay.
He doesn't even have a car, and he's excited because of that.
I gotta pee. I'll be right back.
How's Dave doing? What's his name?
Okay.
What was the name he used?
Spandex guy or something like
Right.
Yeah. How's he doing? Good.
Urban Guy T.O.
Urban Guy T.O., that's
you
it.
remembered it. Thank you,
that.
Baron.
Excuse me.
He-
I need to go
he's
cheating.
I'm also in love with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that little bitch.
Urban Guy T.O. has the best voice, or not the best,
He has
but
the
he's
best
got a
butt
great voice.
also.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
care, man.
I
I want
didn't know
that chick
that.
up my ass. Oops. Was that too much? We're talking about Urban Guy T.O.
Yeah.
Overshare.
I know.
So-
Well, overshare. He's just hot. He's
He
just
is.
a hot man. He's got to get rid of that beard. He had that cute boy look.
Mhm.
He's got that beard. He looks like Santa Claus. It's like Jesus. I know.
I'm liking his rugged northern look.
Yeah, well, I don't want to pull into like who is that? Jeanette McDonald and
He could morph into it like a Grizzly Adams look.
yeah, I don't want that.
He does look a little like Little House on the Prairie lately.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Well-
he's got to get rid of that.
Baron, I was gonna say, if you ever want to go out to the horror hotel, like, don't be afraid to go. It was one of the best things I've ever done, and I definitely want to do it again. It was so much fun, and nobody pressured you, or it was just really lovely because you could do whatever you wanted, and as much or as little or whatever. So I spent a lot of my time hanging out naked by the pool, which was fun. And it wasn't sexual. It was just hanging out.
Oh, yes.
Although I did
bullshit.
get a blowjob or two in the pool.
I call bullshit.
I love how Big Fatty has an Afghan on his chair like a 90-year-old woman.
No, Gavin made that.
That's okay.
Did you?
Yes, it's a bacon scarf.
Yes, Gavin made that.
My sister-in-law made this.
Oh,
So anyway, Baron, it's really fun.
So I
have
was-
you? Are you, Baron? Are you hesitant about going there?
Well, I'd like to clarify that Big Fatty's delusion that I'm like some prude is a little
I-
unfounded.
I know you're
Yeah.
not a prude after my
I
discussion
am
with you in
I
Vegas.
am 50 years old. I've been around the block. I grew up in the 80s. I've been to every sex club there is.
Can I
And
just say
I've
one thing?
I've seen it all.
Can I say one thing? No, you
Yeah.
haven't seen my balls.
Can I say one thing? Everybody
Wait,
else
who hasn't
has.
seen those? Come on.
Can I tell you, Baron? I gotta say, Baron, you gotta see him. You
You
Anyway.
really haven't seen
gotta
them?
see him.
I still smell my fingers.
Oh my god! Thank you.
Yeah.
The thing
You would
is-
enjoy your. You know what? You know who would be perfect? Well, no, I don't know. Him and like all Chris. Well, Chris would give you a tour of that place.
Oh my God, all Chris is so wonderful.
I was hanging out with Chris at the Eagle.
How
Right?
were you?
And forming a love affair, I might add.
Stay away from my all Chris, or I'll scratch your eyes out, bitch.
Rawhide. Rawhide or Phoenix.
I got
no
piss.
Eagle. I just went. Oh my God! Look at that
Big
foreskin
fatty.
pullback.
I got a question for you, Big Fatty.
Please.
Have you ever been to Dallas?
I don't think I have.
Oh God, you gotta go.
I've never been to Dallas either.
I've
Oh
never
my
been
God.
there.
So much fun.
All I gotta
Never been
say
to
is, if I go to Dallas, I'm being escorted by Joe in Dallas
Oh, that
because
would be a
that
great.
bitch knows all the good places. I'm gonna just tell you.
I bet he does.
Because the bars there are so much fun.
What? Joe Zubia lives in Dallas, doesn't
Does
he?
he live in Dallas or
Isn't he
Austin?
from Austin?
Or is he
I think
Austin?
he's from Austin.
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 Oh, that's Texas. I'm sorry. Geography challenged.
Wait a minute. Chris says there are direct flights from Augusta to Dallas.
All right.
There you have it.
All the
I
same
need a-
place.
You know what? I need a cowboy.
Honey, I
I need a cowboy with a big ass fist, man.
oh,
Open me up, bitch. Oops.
Thank you.
Not you, Baron.
Jim loves a floral convention.
Show him your nails, Baron. Show him your nails.
What?
They are
No, put both of them.
flawless.
Baron, you got to put them both together.
What? Gavin and I?
Do this.
No. I don't do doubles.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, never say never, Jim.
No, I'm deep. I'm deep. I like it deep.
And wide, deep.
I'm gonna grind down and like do something like "Having My Baby" or sing some Shaka Khan.
Say it. Ed Gong may be gone, but Mr. Mike is. Look at that last one, Mr. Mike
Yes,
posted.
picked up the slack.
That's why I like Craig.
What?
Who's that
Where'd
guy?
you get from?
Craig is no fuss, no muss. I like him. I'm like, Craig, let's go have a sandwich. I don't have to worry about the
okay.
man.
I got it. I had to catch up on that one.
I know. I'm like, give me another drink.
No.
What'd you do? Spit in my cup?
I'm gonna have to.
Gavin, your husband wants another drink.
I have
No.
He hasn't had a drink in like a year.
Neither of you.
1972.
Y'all, there's nothing that makes
Yes,
me
and have a
happier
drink.
than listening to Blime Time and Baron say, I don't drink.
Yes, New Orleans.
It's just like, oh my God, the motherfucker, he actually, he doesn't believe it, but he actually thinks that other people believe it. So,
Hey, Baron, where are you from? You up near Buffalo?
Juno.
Originally, I'm from the city that gets the highest per capita snowfall
Oh,
in
for
the
the love of
continental
God.
United States.
Syracuse?
Oswego, New York.
Oswego. All right.
ugh.
Oh, how nice.
You know what I'd like to do with Baron right now? I would like to I'd like to hog time. I'd like to hog time
Ooh.
and take him to the Wegmans and put him in the child seat in the basket. And I'd like to walk through Wegmans and pick up things and make him touch them all.
Otherwise known as the pink eye pit.
Right.
The pink eye pit.
Y'all, all I gotta say is, with all the things I've done in my life, if I die from coronavirus, God love coronavirus.
Oh, wait a minute.
All I gotta say.
Wait. If you die from coronavirus, what kind of flower do you like?
I don't know. Mm-mm.
Girl, I'm not coming to your service. I'm busy.
I don't want you to. The only person I want coming to my service is Alex Lefebvre. No,
so he can play music.
so he can play.
I am
so
the
he-
most important person in your life. How dare you?
I would like for you to.
Fuck
I
you,
would
but-
like for you to come to my. I would like for you to come to my service, and I want you to tell your favorite story. What is your favorite story? What story would you tell at Big Fatty's funeral that would incite a cackle? Because if there's not a cackle, I don't want you fucking speaking at my
3
funeral.
cases of beer. This stacked this high.
I would say, remember that time that Big Fatty said that the bars were like a 5-minute walk away from the hotel, and it was really like a 5-hour hike, and I tripped and I broke my ankle on the curb, and no one stopped to help me.
Aw.
And Big Fatty just marched on and left me behind.
That
That's
sounds
the-
about right.
That is the
Yeah.
type of dead person Big Fatty is.
Y'all,
Aw.
I'm going to tell you
He
this.
deserves to be
The
dead,
corona-
right?
I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound gross and morbid and everything, but I think we should all take time and write our obituaries. Okay, I'm sure Baron's already done it.
Plenty of time.
Okay,
Like from other people's eyes.
but
You're going to need to
si-
speak to my lawyer.
write what you want people to remember about you, because y'all, I would have a very hard time writing my obituary because there's so much about my life that, like, y'all know half of my life and other people know the other half of my life, and the two don't cross very much.
You know what? All it takes is one dirtbag to say,
Well, I know
this man made
somebody's
it.
going to come to my funeral and go, "Oh my God, did y'all never listen to Big Fatty online?" And they're going to go, "What the fuck are you
Huh?
talking
What are you
about?"
talking
And
about?
I'm going to
then
say
all of a
my
sudden they're
favorite
gonna
memory of Big Fatty was when he
3,200
got
episodes.
fisted in the rawhide.
Do what now?
I often wonder because I post my shows online, and I post them on my Facebook page, and I'm friends with all my brothers and sisters,
Uh-huh.
and all my great nieces and nephews, and all my nieces and nephews, and all my great nieces and nephews, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder if any of them listen to it,
And what?
because
If they do, they do, and if they
well,
don't, they
so,
don't.
like when my great nieces and my great nieces tried to friend me, I called my nieces and I said, "Is that okay? Because you know what I post," and they were like, "Yeah, that's fine. They're grown up." So I was like, whatever. It's like I
I
got
have never.
permission.
Let me
my
tell
father,
you something. That,
my father is also a friend of mine on Facebook, so I don't know if he listens or not.
Hi, Dad.
I often wonder sometimes,
hey, Gene.
how much do they know? How much do they know about my life? Like,
Well, the
They
thing
know.
is,
They know you're with me.
I don't hide
thing
it.
is-
Like, if they ask me, that would be cool, but it's not like I volunteer information. You know,
it's your life, and if they ask the question, you know what? They
I-
already know the answer.
yeah.
They
Well,
do.
fuck you.
And if they don't, oh well. Should
Your
ask.
family is
My
very
family is
cool,
very cool. Very cool.
except for the fact that that one niece, she has all those kids from the Mexican.
What, Jim? What the fuck are you talking about?
Those I have never
Delete,
seen.
edit that out.
No, wait a minute. I
None
forget. I just forget names.
Gavin doesn't edit.
No, wait a minute. These kids, I've never seen such hardworking kids in my life.
and they're
This girl, no, a little like 5-year-old girl. She wanted a vacuum for Christmas. All right. And it was
All right. When I was a child, I wanted an ironing board, and
okay.
an iron.
no, wait a minute. This kid wanted a vacuum for Christmas, and it wasn't like I don't know, Princess Frozen or anything like that. She wanted a fucking she wanted a hard-on Hoover. All right. I'm like,
all right. You're definitely exaggerating, but
no,
Fair.
no.
the thing is,
This
my
is the type
niece,
of
my,
thing that I would edit out of blind time.
Do
But
you
the thing-
really ever edit anything out?
no, I
Oh,
do.
he does edit things
You
out.
don't, You don't even know how raunchy Juicy is.
Oh, you know what, Gavin? You should make
Oh,
my drinks more often.
So
No,
you
I
bring
should make
Juicy
you
to
drink
Pride
for her.
48.
Would you do business?
Oh,
Juicy
That's a-
is not
Would
allowed
Juicy
outside the
not
county.
love Pride 48?
Juicy
You know
needs
what?
to come to Pride 48.
Pride
Juicy.
48 would love her.
Who?
Who's Juicy?
Oh God!
Oh, okay.
Which
You
one?
know, it's so sad to see him go downtown.
Right.
And Gavin's going, "What the fuck are they talking about?"
Juicy's the only woman on Baron's podcast.
Juicy is the blind time sassy. She doesn't
Yes.
really exist.
Oh,
All right, I thought you were. I didn't know. I was like, wait, is there a character I don't know about? Wait.
Juicy is a character you don't know about. Now, Baron, I'm just going to tell you, who's going to win the battle for most popular, Taffy Carlisle Huffington or Juicy?
Ooh.
Is
Those-
that not?
Those ladies would be in it hot and heavy, I think.
Is that not a dynamic duo?
I think they
Joe?
would kill each other.
No, they. You know what? They
Cage
might.
match.
They might tangle, but in the end, I think they would agree to respect each other.
Maybe they should do it. Maybe they should do a podcast together and post it on both of you.
what the hell is respect? Oh my! I'm belching.
Well, apparently Chris is Team Juicy.
Chris,
Fatty, I wanted to talk about your isolating.
Yes.
So what was the trigger that
Oh,
made
no,
you
he just
decide to
stabbed
isolate?
Well, I just decided that
Well, first of all, you're old as dirt.
Dust.
I'm not the twink that you are.
He's not 28 anymore.
Y'all, I'm just gonna tell you.
Well, when you're 23 like me.
Oh,
Right.
wait. 23. I'm sorry.
Well, if you're 23, I'm 25.
Right.
That's frightening.
I just decided that basically the only person that came by here was young Nicholas. Okay.
Aw.
And
Who I think
I'll-
is very cute, but he is probably a vector.
a what?
I don't know. What
Vector.
that is.
Well, I don't know what that means.
He's a carrier because he works for UPS.
Okay. Okay.
A vector?
Anyway, it's not that I'm afraid of him coming over here because I make him wash his hands and all that shit. But I just decided that it's just
Yes.
You gotta live.
You know what? If you get it,
look. If I'm turning down fucking hot tricks that want to come over here and have a good time, and I really want him to come over here to have a good time, then I can turn him down and he'll understand. Okay.
right?
And it's
Does
not
he?
the end. He does. It's not the end of the world. And I think he would rather have me around longer than to be around me sooner.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Nobody wants to pull down an old man's diaper.
How dare
Oh
you?
my god!
Hey,
I
Big
keep
Fatty.
him away by 6 feet because I have cabbage
up
before he
notch,
comes
yeah.
over and I fart like a fucking farting machine.
You know what? You should eat some of my garlic hummus.
Baron
Big
Frosty, wait a minute.
boys.
Excuse me. Baron Frosty, get your ass up and go get another blind lime, Bud Lime, because that one's fucking empty. Go
Hey,
right now.
One third
So-
full.
Go
Get two.
another one.
So,
Finish
Big
it up.
Fatty,
Go get the
is-
next one. Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
is Nicholas coming to Pride 48 this year?
He is.
That's what I thought. So, We'll all be able to like
The
fight
bigger
and
question is,
maul
Jared
him
Presti coming?
appropriately.
Let me just say this about young Nicholas. Young Nicholas is he'll be 27 next month. Okay.
So my age.
Right.
Oh, stop.
Yeah, he's your age, which in your age terms, he's
Dog ears.
he's yeah, you could go to prison.
He's 3.
Right.
He's looking forward to his first year in kindergarten. But he's someone that to me he's an anomaly in my mind and I know he's a very different generation than I am because
he doesn't know Doris Day.
No, his thinkology is very different than mine. His thinkology is very different than mine. But the thing that I am most impressed by him is that he appreciates what he's receiving from folks 3 times his age or 2.5 times his age, and he prefers to hang out with folks that are just no nonsense and no bullshit, and if they say something they mean it and they don't have issues and all this kind of shit. But yet he's still 26, 27.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh my God, that fucking little 23-year-old twink is hot as shit, and I want to go and fuck him. And then you go to fuck him, and all of a sudden he has issues, and oh no, I don't want to do that. And and he's like, I don't know why I fucking even tried to deal with that shit. It just frustrates me, and I'm like, well, that's part of learning to grow up and learning to.
How young is he?
He's 20. He'll be 27 next month. Wait a minute. Let me check the marking calendar.
See, I like them when they're like in their 30s.
Honey, I like them when they're breathing.
I like them in their 30s. They would say, "Shut up and bend over."
When they can pee by themselves.
I get hit on. Oh my God! If I had a nickel for every 19 or 20-year-old that hits on me, I'm just like, I'm not fucking interested in you or your fucking mentality. Just go. But if you've got a nice 30 or 40 or 50-year-old, y'all, I'm 60. Look at me. Look here. Let me give you a better look. Look at this. This is nothing special. Did you get a fucking mirror? This is nothing special. You've met me, okay? There's nothing special about this at all, and yet. Go get a beer. He's going to get a beer now. Okay.
No, you know what's special is your personality.
Well,
that's what does it.
There's nothing sexually special about me, but all of a sudden it's like I don't really care how old you are or anything else about you. It's just you seem to be confident in what you like and what you want to do, and I think that's
anyway.
That's exactly what I want, and I'm willing to at least give it a try. It may not happen more than one time, but
we need to keep the young ones. We need to keep the young ones coming into Pride 48 because when all of us start dying off, they got to keep things going, right?
Yeah, but that's not.
I think everybody's looking forward to meeting and seeing him.
Knowing
absolutely. Your show.
Honey, I'm just going to tell you what. When I hang with him, I really feel like